You are live. What's going on, everybody? Tim and Kyle here, Cigar Show Tim and Kile here with Dad Smoking Cigars, and we are hanging out here doing a broadcast, seeing who all is available to hang out and, well, chime in and goof off with us tonight, because it may be Monday night, so let's help you get over your case of the Monday night blues, and yeah, let's just have you hang out with us. So we decided to go live, and that's what we're doing. And then and for those of you just jumping on that have maybe not used StreamYard before, if you're doing it through Facebook, jumping on live, then there is a link up above. Click on that link. It will give Facebook, or it'll give StreamYard access, or Facebook access to StreamYard, or vice versa, so that your name will show up. Miguel Rodriguez, hey gentlemen, what's going on? So that way, just like Miguel, you can show up and we can go like this, and people can see. And then. So we just figured we would jump on here and hang out. And look who is here. What's up, Mr. Brandon Wells?
Brandon, do you want to surprised that I'm here? Because for the most part, I haven't been here.
Does Brandon want to hang out? Maybe. Kyle, are you smoking a Cerrone?
No, Jeff, I'm not. I'm smoking an Amendola Maduro Toro.
Jeff, click the link above. That way you can see.
You can see your pretty face
when you comment. That way you're not Facebook user, the Canadian, eh?
Give StreamYard access to your life. Do it now.
Yes, do it now. Yeah. We are so
I'm smoking a stogie.
And you should too. So we're just hanging out. We just finished doing basically a beta test of what we could do for any upcoming reviews, because it's COVID-19 and we have to be socially distanced from each other. And so that's what's going on.
Pretty much. So we are doing it the only way we can right now. And we finally seem to have gotten it working in a way that could
potentially work for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, exactly. For whether it's to the end of this month or to the end of May or however long they decide to keep us on lockdown.
Well, looky who decided to click that link.
If you don't smoke a stogie
in the jacuzzi.
Like hell I can't. You're talking about that one post you put up recently? Because, Brandon, it's raining. That's why.
So in the next day and a half when it's raining in Arizona, just know that we sent it to you.
Yeah, no, that's my patio cover, because otherwise I wouldn't be sitting out here. I got my nice little dish heater right to my right. What is rain? It's this weird droppy wet stuff that comes down from the sky.
What's up, Smoking Ronnie? How you doing tonight?
Smoking Ronnie.
What
I'm
is
smoking
rain?
a stogie. I'm in my jacuzzi. Yes, I know. I can never be as cool as Arnold smoking a cigar in a jacuzzi. I have smoked a cigar in a jacuzzi before, so cross that off the bucket list. Go to bed.
Go to bed, Jeeves.
You go to bed. It's what? Midnight? 1 o'clock in the morning over there?
Yeah, seriously. Jeff, come to Vancouver, Brandon. You'll see rain.
Rain, snow, and sleet.
So, Brandon, do you want to jump on, or are you busy doing something? Because I figured, hey,
yes, Steve.
Let's just do
somebody
this.
Get in. Yeah, do it now. Yeah, it sounds like hail because that is water on aluminum. So
let's see if we can get Brandon.
Brandon.
Yes, sounds like hail. Tink, 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 tink.
Yes.
But we figured we'd just
thankfully-
come on and hang out with everybody
Yeah.
since it's COVID-19 coronavirus. And, well, let's face it, most people aren't getting up and going to work the next day. So it's like every day is a Friday.
Brandon,
Hey, it's
look,
working. It's working.
it's working. It's working. It's working. It won't work after this.
That's so bad.
It's just like I said, it's my lighter. We found a lot of toilet paper on Amazon, so I won't be asking anymore, Kyle. Praise the Lord, baby Jesus.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Thank you.
I think that was the only thing you guys have talked about in the last, 3 weeks. Toilet paper.
It's a pretty frequent topic of conversation.
Oh, man.
So, Craig Bainham, brother from down under.
What's going on, Craig? Hope you're doing well.
COVID smokes are best.
the best. Well, Andy, you just picked up a whole bunch of cigars from ye old tobacco shop in Arizona.
Hand sanitizer
Hand
too.
sanitizer too. You know what? I did hear, speaking of hand sanitizer, and it's from Rob Jones with Cigar Talk Podcast, that there is a company called Froggies that has started producing 1 gallon jugs of hand sanitizer, and it's only like $45 for the whole jug. I actually looked it up, so it's really not
See you
bad.
later, Jeff.
See you
Thanks
later,
for
Jeff.
jumping on for a bit.
And look who we've got coming in. Let's see, connecting. A boom.
Live from the Cigar Mechanic Lounge, and he's
Here,
getting
let-
blocked out by the logo.
Let
Let's
me unblock
let's
you.
remove that.
Boom.
There you go.
Boom, there it is.
What's
Oh,
up,
man.
sexy beast?
What's going on, man?
Not much. We were
Not a
testing
whole
and
lot
doing
at the
different
moment.
things earlier, and I thought, screw it, we're gonna go live. So let's just see if anybody jumps on.
I'm on.
You're always on.
So she said.
There you go. Oh crap! Our viewers are leaving now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right now there's no viewers. What the hell, dude?
Oh God, I'm leaving. There goes the show, says Steve. There goes the neighborhood.
I can't see any of the comments now. Let's see here.
Oh, there it is.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. Oh, so should I should put my pants on or what?
That's optional.
What do you
Clothing
need?
optional.
What do you need pants for?
I don't know. Oh crap! What did I do? Jesus,
Did you mess something up, dude?
Probably did. Okay, there you guys are back. Okay. What's going on,
Sweet.
guys?
Mo. Oh God, I'm leaving. There goes the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
We were just testing because I went and picked up, because obviously this whole COVID-19 crap. We yes, pantless Brandon. He usually doesn't wear pants, so that's why he says call before you come to the
There's
lounge.
shirtless Mike and there's pantless Brandon.
Well, you just gotta deal with it, dude. Gotta
There you
run
go.
with it.
Brandon,
we were-
look! It's working. It's working.
The commander is
working.
lit.
It's about time you figure that thing. Now I have to light up another cigar.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's being a lazy bastard on me. It only works when it wants to. So I'll
So it's a
fill it
Democrat.
up. I'll bleed it.
Sorry, I said that out loud.
Sounds about right. I can agree with that.
There you go.
So I'll give you guys an option here.
Okay.
Okay,
Dude,
we're
we
choosing.
totally should have pre-planned this where you hand us a cigar like you and I joked about that one night.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be great, man.
They should get married. At least they'd be fully clothed as a couple,
A shirtless Mike and pantless Brandon.
right?
Something.
Go- Andy
That
Van
sounds
Dyke
like
going into
that
his box
sounds
of
like
tricks.
something. That sounds like something out of Tiger King, and I can't handle that.
Oh, dude, Tiger King is the shit, bro.
Dude, that
Tiger King is
show's
taking over the
ridiculous.
world.
That show's
Bro, if you-
ridiculous.
Listen, here's the deal. Here's the thing with Tiger King. Let me explain Tiger King to you real quick.
Please do.
If you are having the absolute shittiest worst day of your life and you want to
Oh, dude, I had that
amazing about who
same
you
thought.
that's
Screw
what
going
you
to a
gotta
county
do, man.
fair.
Watch Tiger King because you will feel so much better about yourself.
Screw going to a county fair, man. Just watch Tiger King.
So you've got an EP, you've got a Reserva Maduro, you've got a 1502.
Yeah.
Is that a ruby or a black gold?
Okay, I'll be
Ruby?
quiet.
A
Right.
ruby, you've got a Coraline Maduro, and then you've got is that a La Historia?
Yeah, shut up, Kyle. Yeah, La Historia.
What?
Honestly, I'd go La Historia because I haven't had one in so long.
I haven't had one, period. So yeah, I'll go with that. No, my wife was just telling me to keep the volume down.
No, your wife was telling you to shut up.
I don't even know what Tiger King is.
It's
Really?
it's a documentary on Netflix, dude. It's about
Steve. No, stop it, Kyle, stop it. You're ruining what it is, man.
Hey, Brandon. Steve picked for you. He said smoke that one.
The selection of champions, dude. Did you guys? So listen, Tiger King is the show among all shows to make you feel so much better about whatever you're going through. It doesn't matter because Tiger King is like the show to make you feel better about you.
Oh yeah. No, I heard it said by, like, I think it was Bill Engvall who said, if you're ever feeling bad about yourself, go to a county fair and look around. Screw that. Watch Tiger King.
Watch Tiger King, dude. That's all. Now, of all the characters in Tiger King, which one do you hate the most?
Which one do I hate the most? What's his name? Jeff Lowe.
Really?
Yeah, that guy's an asshole.
Tim?
Sorry.
I have not started Tiger King yet.
Oh my god, dude! You know the one I hate, and the one I hate is that what's that bitch's name? That chick that's on there, dude. That's after
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Woman, dude. I understand where like Tiger King was coming from with that woman, dude. Holy shit, that lady is nuts.
Mm-hmm. Dude, she's the Hillary Clinton of animal rights activists.
Mo, I talked to you guys. That makes me feel better.
And then
here comes Andy.
Thank Carol you. Baskin. Everybody says Carol Baskins, dude. That crazy bitch, dude, like ruined, like, dude. I don't blame whatever his name is, Tiger King mullet, dude. I don't blame him for hating her.
No, I don't blame
many
him for
people have said
either.
it's like Joe Dirt's long lost brother.
That's right.
La Historia, so good.
No, it's more like Joe Dirt's daddy.
That was a compliment.
Yeah. Joe Dirte.
No. Carol Baskins goes without saying, but like I guess the second most hated person in that is freaking Jeff Lowe, because that guy was a bastard. Very nice.
Okay, so we're gonna get this nice, beautiful. I'm actually mad at Steve, or on here Mo. I'm actually mad at him because like this evening I was like, hey dude, are you doing your Zoom meeting? I was looking forward to it. I actually had some here. You guys saw the new humidor in the lounge here, right?
Yeah, we did.
Remember I have locker C2.
Yeah, good luck.
You're gonna have to pay a monthly fee.
Yeah, I have locker A1 and they're all labeled A1.
Oh, there you go.
Here, hold on.
For the number one a-hole?
That's right. Just because I walked away doesn't mean I can't hear you.
Oh, I know that.
Let's see where my humidity's at right now anyways. 53%. It's getting there.
Hey, you went up 1% in the last couple hours.
Yep.
Steve was hanging with the wife, bro. That's I think that's why the Zoom meeting. Ooh, very nice. Rockefeller.
This is what I was going to smoke tonight with Steve.
Well, he's here now, but you're smoking the La Astoria.
This is what I was. Yeah, well, I'm not going to smoke it with Steve sitting there staring at me now, dude. Like I was going to smoke one of these tonight.
Well, why don't I just add Steve to this?
No, because screw him, dude. He didn't do his thing.
Whatever he says.
Yeah, well, don't whatever me, bro.
Whatever.
Listen here, Tiger King. Don't be messing with me.
Dude. Leave Steve alone. Steve has been busy as hell fulfilling orders, dude. I was talking to him on the phone earlier today.
There you go, Brandon. Just from Steve for you.
He was up almost all night boxing stuff and getting orders fulfilled, and then he had to run to the post office and get a bunch more boxes and stuff like that. So, yeah, dude, hop on.
I feel so bad for no. Don't send him a link, dude.
Do it now.
Oh no! Don't do it. No, I don't want to talk with it. What's funny is I'm going through my browser on my phone here, so like I'm watching this thing on a little teeny tiny like screen. It's great.
I'm watching it on a
little 2-inch screen.
Well.
Most of the
I'm used to
feelings
2-inch
mutual.
things.
So,
I'm
yeah,
used to
most of
2-inch
the feelings.
There you go.
Most of the feeling.
So
Oh.
Kyle and I
Steve has
totally
been
changed.
busting his ass.
Kyle and I totally changed our format for this or next Friday's release. We literally just sat around talking like this and kind of talked about cigars, and other than that, basically just talked about life and general stuff. It was actually kind of nice.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So we figured we'd beta test this and see what it's like with just doing a recording and see how the quality even came out. Because I went and picked up a headset with a microphone, so Kyle looks like a gamer right now, and it actually works pretty well.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Other than the freaking popcorn in the background, it's great.
I know, right?
It's what I got, man.
It
What I'm
literally
working
sounds
with.
like you have like the Keebler elves tap dancing on your roof.
They're making me cookies, dude.
Steve's grounding
making
himself to the basement.
If Steve gets on, I'm gonna have to switch this over to my laptop, dude, so I can see his ugly mug.
Let's see here.
Yeah, well, this is a live stream full of ugly mugs, so he'll be in good
I
company.
know, right?
Dude, this shit right here, bro. This is sexy, man.
Oh, it's so good.
This is beautiful right here, dude. You know why this is beautiful? Because it's under dim lighting. I'm literally sitting here like I'm sitting here in the cigar lounge watching Angel Has Fallen.
I haven't seen that yet.
I heard that was a
And, like,
great movie.
Dude, so far it's good. I mean, the parts that I'm catching are good because the rest of the time I'm staring at my laptop or my iPad. Like, I literally have my iPad here. My laptop's charging right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blech.
So,
There you go.
but it's funny, dude. Like, I jump on and I see you guys live and I hear you telling people to click up above, and I'm like, oh, that sounds all familiar.
I know, right?
Steve's
I
on
was
his
hoping-
way.
I was hoping that I never clicked it because I was really hoping that I got on and it would be all like messed up and I'd be Facebook user and
Who's this no-name jerk that got on here?
this is jackass. No, but like literally, dude, like I'm sitting here, like over here, I got a little like vanilla candle burning. I got my
Nice.
lounge all like cleaned up, bro. I feel so like pampered right now.
Your inner
Nope.
peace is just
No wonder
so
why.
high right
No wonder
now.
why. No wonder why you had your pants off. You were getting ready to, enjoy yourself.
Oh, I enjoy myself all the time, bro. Like pants on, pants off. I'm always enjoying me.
There you go. That's how you got to live life.
We're sorry we interrupted.
I don't see any of these comments, man. It's weird because I'm on the web version.
Yeah.
What if I scroll up?
There's no
No, and if I-
more comments other than Steve saying he was on his way. I'm on my
Yep.
way. Go.
Is anybody even watching this?
We've got 7 people watching.
Holy
7.
shit! That's exciting. What's up, 7 people?
Woohoo! And,
Lucky number
and
7.
we're probably 3 of that.
Yeah. Or 4, 'cause Steve, we know he's on his way to the basement.
There we go.
It's good.
Yeah, I got to admit, when he said going to the basement, I instantly went to Saturday Night Live and I'm only allowed upstairs. I love that skit.
Or
I just
Wayne's
thought-
World, Wayne's,
I thought- What's that,
Wayne's
Harold?
World in the basement.
Yeah, I thought about it puts the lotion on its skin.
It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the
That's
lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
I don't know why that's where my brain went, but shit. Maybe it's dry here.
We're not making fun of you, Steve. We're actually making fun of each other.
Yes.
I wouldn't make fun of you until you're live on here, and I'll say it to your face.
Oh, dude, Steve gives me so much crap. It's hilarious. It's the core of our relationship. The give and take. He gives me crap. I take it.
There you go.
I love it.
So-
So what are you ladies smoking? Tim, what do you got? What do you got lit up there?
I am finishing up because it was just sitting there and I thought, why not? We're not doing anything super magnificent.
Here I
but
come. Here I come, biatch.
I wanted a simple smoke, so I'm actually having the United Cuban Classic.
Oh, okay. I just put like 4 boxes of those in my humidor.
Oh, there you go.
I'm smoking the Amendola Maduro Toro.
What the fuck is the Amendola? Sorry, what the heck is the Amendola?
Amendola, they're
This isn't my channel, Brandon. This isn't your channel.
but they're Amendola is actually really good. They're made by Gabby Caffey 1901 cigars, and we've tried quite a few of them, and they're actually really good. I think they come from, and you'll know more than I will. I think Nicaragua.
Okay. Yeah.
Tim, you send Steve a link?
Uh-huh.
All right. Where you at, dude?
Really?
He did.
He's probably
Dude.
putting on his pants too.
You don't need pants, bro. I'm not wearing any.
Nah. That's what he wants us to believe.
You don't need pants in this thing.
No, I definitely need pants sitting outside. I got that heat lamp on me, so that's the only way I'm staying warm.
Really?
I'm in my garage, so I'm good.
Is it really that cold out there?
It's not like freezing or anything like that, but I don't particularly enjoy having my hands, being
let's
cold
see.
and stuff like that.
Hey Google, what's the weather?
That's
Here
a
he
lot
comes.
of words
What's
for
up?
nothing.
What's up now? What's up now?
What's up? He's
What's
waiting
up?
backstage and he's doing this.
Put him backstage. Put him backstage again.
That makes me think of freaking Joe Exotic. He's like, guess what, mother effers?
Let's see here.
The man of the hour is here.
If you were doing your Zoom tonight, we would have been smoking one of these.
Oopsie.
Hang on.
Oh, you froze.
He
Steve.
froze.
God damn, it's that freaking backwoods Wi-Fi that he's got going on over there.
There's no backwoods in Illinois.
There's a lot of backwoods in Illinois. They could be in the middle of town and still they're backwoods. I can hear the banjo playing in the background.
Correct.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Foster's is in the house.
In the house. Steve, what happened?
Great.
Dude, you got frozen in a single moment there. What happened?
I don't know, but I like Steve like that. Just leave him just like that. You don't even have to put him in the back.
No, dude, he's more entertaining when he's animated.
He's
Dude.
just stuck there. Oh, and he's gone.
The look on his face. Come on, man. Things were just getting interesting. There he is.
Sorry.
There he is. No worries.
I wasn't on my main internet, and when I took it off, that look on his face. On whose face?
Brandon, we can't hear you
Oh.
anymore.
What?
But we
Oh,
can't hear Brandon anymore.
That's a good thing.
I was waiting
He
for the
can
middle
hear
finger. I was waiting for the middle finger to come up.
Man, Arizona and Chicago have a ton of birds flying around.
Right.
And now our viewers went down to 4.
Maybe they'll go up when he leaves.
Dude, I'm watching on the Facebook because I have the volume all the way down, but I'm watching on the Facebook Live and it says we only have 2 viewers.
That means the other ones are from YouTube. There we go.
Yeah.
Wait, Brennan, talk.
Dude,
No, I can't hear you still.
you turn into a mute.
Whoa, there's the delay. That's like a 5-minute delay.
Of what?
I don't know. I just
Hear
said
it.
I think Nicaragua. And that
Oh
was a
no,
crazy delay.
it was on my phone. I was clearing my my cache. Oh goody, look,
New cash.
my cache.
What's up,
That-
dude?
That's weird.
Oh,
As soon as
dude.
as soon as Steve jumped on, Brandon's audio cut out. That sucks.
Steve, what did you do?
I got the Kavorka.
What a night.
Help me, Father, help me.
I don't know what
Oh,
I did.
Oh
I know
my
exactly
gosh.
what I did.
So what is up, dude? How is ya?
Good. Had class this morning, which is pretty cool.
Had you sit down?
Yeah, it was. Then I go into like doing all these orders and getting those.
Yeah.
I had to print out all these labels. It was just a pain in the ass.
I'll bet.
And then I called my buddy to see how he's doing, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm feeling better. No, no more fever." And then he goes, "Yeah, but so and so's got it." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Is that your buddy, the cop that's got COVID?
Yeah. Now the other buddy that I talk to on a regular basis, I've known him for 15 years, has it? But I called him, and he's a little bit more positive. I don't know. Well, I
That's
guess
not the one that was on your. I'm forgetting his name, but that's not the one that was on your Zoom like a week ago, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. These guys haven't been on my Zoom.
Oh, okay.
They're not Zoomers.
So, in case you're hungry, Kyle's been making popcorn in the background for about an hour and a half.
I literally like brushed my teeth. I was just checking Facebook, and then I saw you guys were live, and I clicked on it. And my wife's like, "I'm going to bed," and I'm like, "Okay."
I'm
like,
not.
Dude, I think I'm on 5 hours of sleep. I guess I'm running on pure adrenaline. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got
That's me
I got
daily. It's
roughly-
about 5 hours.
Yeah, that was me last night because I hung out with my dad. I did like a little virtual herf with him, and then I jumped on with Tim and we chatted for a bit. And by the time it was all said and done, I got into bed about 1 a.m. So I figured, because usually my boys end up waking up around like 7.
Yeah.
But then my youngest decided that 6 a.m. was a good time to wake up.
Oh,
And I managed to go in there and like kind of, because I walk in there, he's crying. He's like, "Daddy, go downstairs." I'm like, "No, it's too early." He's like, "I see Mama." I'm like, "Mama's sleeping. Go back to bed."
yeah, right.
So I told him, I held him for a sec, put him back down, and he conked out for like maybe 45 additional minutes. So
Because if you don't go to sleep, Mama said knock you out.
I think we hurt Brandon's feelings.
I think he's probably getting his computer instead of trying it on his phone.
Yeah. So
Hopefully.
he'll be back.
What are you guys smoking?
So
I'm having a United Cuban Classic, just a simple, easy budget stick, but it's not too bad at all. Pretty good.
and I'm wrapping up on the Amendola Maduro Toro.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, very good.
What about you?
Hands free.
There you go.
Yeah, this will probably be my only one tonight.
Yeah, we were on the porch, and it was nice, and we were listening to. We were just like, I'm like, let's play a game, and I'm like, why don't you pick a song? It's got to be prior to 1990, and
Nice.
we'll play it on YouTube. So she picked hers, I picked mine. She picked hers, I picked mine. Then
Nice.
we get to AC/DC, Thunderstruck.
Yeah. Oh, I
And-
love that song.
And she's
It's my
listening. She's
favorite
like,
songs.
yeah, this was from our wedding. I go, I know. She goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, I know it's from our wedding.
I was there.
I agreed to it. And she's like, yeah, I'm surprised you agreed to it. And then I turn on the White Sox intro. You want to talk about pissing her off? She didn't even know it was the White Sox intro. She got so fucking pissed that she goes, this? And then you name our daughter and her initials are Major League Baseball? She's like, I'm done. I'm like, see ya.
And good night. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, right?
We had to make sure with our boys that none of them had a vowel for a middle name, because no matter what, like, we named them because the last initial is G.
Yeah.
So,
Lag,
like,
bag,
yeah,
sag.
lag, bag, sag, and other acronyms. But yeah, that was one of those things where we had to be really careful. Like, okay, no vowels for middle names. So,
I don't think he's
No.
coming back. I texted him.
uh-oh. I think he had to go digging for his other devices to see if he can get back on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you have to resend him? Oh, is he coming?
There we
There
go.
he is. Woo! Did we hurt your feelings, dude?
Crap, dude. Like, I don't know what happened here, dude. Hold on, I gotta shut this green stuff off.
Did your earbuds die or something? Or that was
No,
weird.
dude, there was nothing wrong with my earbuds. I checked them; they were like 95%. I even like went into Pandora and everything. Everything worked fine. For some reason, it got messed up on the interwebs.
So as soon as Steve came on, he basically screwed you over.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was looking to do this whole time.
Hey, he said earlier that he had to put on his pants, so you may have wanted to screw Brandon over.
I mean, there's
I don't know why you went there, dude. I don't know why you went there.
That's what you call stupid Tim humor and things that should stay in the head,
Right.
but they come out.
But deep down inside, you know I got a fucking crush on Kyle.
We all do.
Only because of toilet paper, though, Steve. Let's be real.
No, he doesn't need me for toilet paper anymore. He's got the hookup.
Oh, that's true.
He rubs the hand sanitizer on my skin.
We were just doing that joke about
I
the
heard-
rubs
yeah.
with the
It
lotion
puts
in
the
the
lotion
basket.
on its skin. It does what it's told.
Why did I come
This
back?
is the shit show for sure. I like it a lot.
Oh my god, dude.
No,
Oh,
I'm
man.
never stealing that title from Brandon. That's his show for sure.
That is my
No.
show. I am the shit show king.
There
You're
you go.
bringing it though.
You-
You're bringing it with you though.
You missed the one night. I think it was Saturday night. Michael Giannini was on with us. That dude is awesome. Awesome.
You had people
Mike.
from Ventura Cigar and all sorts of stuff a couple nights ago, didn't you, Steve?
I had Michael, and I have why can't I think of his name? Jesus. It's that time of night. It's
That
that time
memorable.
It's that no. This is the
I'm joking.
first like big brand that actually took a chance on us.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
What
Kevin
brand?
Rockefeller.
Oh yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He comes on all the time, texts me. We talk every day.
Good man.
Yeah,
I
he's
like
a good dude.
That's great.
I don't
like
have
that.
any food. I'm sorry. Mom didn't buy any food. We'll go meow somewhere else.
Why aren't your kids in bed?
Could you mute him? Because I could do that on my show.
2 minutes in the penalty box.
Wait, mute. Okay, I'll mute.
Oh my god, I love it.
Did I mute the wrong person? My bad. I'm getting
Oh,
used to
dude,
this whole platform.
Technology, man, it's a little difficult.
Hey, see that sign?
I'd like to see you try from Illinois.
Yeah, right. That's a pretty damn good shot, dude. If you can make that shot, bro, it's awesome. See, like, okay. Oh, you know what? Here, hold on. Live comments. Now I can see them. Woohoo!
There we go.
I just had to get my.
Yeah, I got the
laptop.
I got the basic version running. So, which is fine. That works for me.
It's all about the basic.
So
There
yeah,
you
no,
go.
dude, this is going to be essentially for the next 4 to 6 weeks, however long they decide to keep this crap going on and isolating us. This is how Tim and I are going to be doing Fresh Review Fridays from this point forward.
Well, you
So-
sound so excited.
No, dude, I am.
Kyle, you're so funny. You're like, well, this is basically how it's gonna be, and we're doing our fresh review.
So
Fridays.
I've lowered my standards, and this is what you're all stuck with.
Doing my my podcasting narrator voice. I'm taking it down a couple octaves. So
You gotta bump it up some energy, though, man. I mean,
no, I'm tired. I don't have energy.
no, stop
So-
it, man. There's always energy to be had.
There you go. When the camera
my
comes
energy-
on.
Debbie Downer. Yeah,
Debbie
that's
Downer.
me.
Oh, are we on YouTube too?
Yeah, we're on YouTube too.
Nice,
YouTube.
dude. I like it.
You are tuba.
See, the thing I like about this, okay, so the multicasting is great because with the Facebook, you have to tell everybody to click the link. But with the YouTube, when people pop up on there, it just shows up
Doesn't matter.
automatically. Now,
Yep.
here's the downfall of the
Ah,
video.
finger slip. Whoops.
Facebook shows all the comments that have come in, but YouTube does not. Like
Right,
it shows them live while we're doing
Yeah.
it, but
Mhm.
it doesn't show it in when it's posted up. All those comments are missing. So if you don't post up the comment on the screen down below, and
Lobster boom.
people don't know what you're talking about.
What did
Yep.
you?
Right.
What did you light up, Brandon?
The La Historia.
Just one of the top-rated cigars ever.
I see it.
Very nice.
That's by EP Carrillo.
EP Carrillo.
See,
Yes, sir.
See.
But we can call it EP Carrillo. We're just a bunch of white dudes hanging out.
no, EP Carrillo, dude.
Yeah, no.
Carrillo.
I thought it was Ep Carrillo.
It's Ep Carrillo.
Carrillo.
I think I'm gonna go grab some tortillas real quick, guys.
I think I'm gonna go grab
I'm hungry.
a Don Rafa watermelon. I'll be right back.
Yes, get a Don Rafa watermelon.
Dude, that's what he had when we were hanging out that one time.
I'm gonna light up number 2.
Yeah. This is gonna be my my single one for tonight.
Believe it or not, I've only smoked 3.5 cigars so far today.
Wow.
Yeah, this will be number 4.5 when we're done with this.
You're low on your quota.
Dude, it was the other day. It was like freaking 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I have not had a cigar today,
Wow.
which is funny because everybody's in quarantine and everybody's smoking more cigars. I'm actually
Right.
smoking far less cigars in quarantine than I did out of quarantine.
Because you're not going to all the lounges.
Correct.
Why the half?
I'm actually like around the house doing shit. Like I've been working on my Jeep, and like today we were, putting in the new humidor and like moving all the stuff. I cleaned all the shelf, like totally remodeled this place, and I didn't smoke a cigar all the time. So I'm actually thinking about, my built-in cabinets that are here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about actually cutting out the center section of my built-in cabinets
Mm-hmm.
and installing the new humidor in the center of the built-in cabinets.
Ooh, there you
So
go.
actually building in the humidor into the built-in cabinet wall.
So, I would say so like a whole like true cabinet wall without the like bar counter there, just a whole cabinet wall.
You would
Nice.
have you would have cabinets on either side of the humidor.
That is
and then
cool, dude.
would you keep the left and right side countertops where you've got the
Yes.
glasses and everything?
Yeah, I actually just redid all that. Let's see if you can see it. So now on the right side by the door is the bar. I moved the espresso station up and added a shelf and then put all the booze in there. And then on the left side is actually my little beautiful scented candle and other stuff.
So I may
And then put in my
possibly
faith sign.
have my wife open to the idea of putting up a smoke shed in the yard.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Andrew, why the half? I'm not even gonna take it off. I'm not gonna show the band. But why the half is because it was not smoking well at all. So
There you go.
Got it.
I was not gonna. I'm not willing to struggle through cigars. I have a
Oh, hell no.
draw somewhere. I don't even know where it is because I just refuse to use it. I'd just rather throw out the cigar and grab another one.
Yep. Smoking
Do the
Ronnie
shed,
says
you
looks
got this,
nice.
I approve.
New bar area looks nice. And then Mops Anderson, do the shed you got this I approve.
It may take some more. It may take some more convincing, because it's one of those things where I don't know if I would actually like build it or if I would get like the already pre-built shed and just modify it and do a bunch of crap to it.
Just get one of those tough sheds and
Yeah.
put stuff on the inside of it.
Dude, over at Home Depot, they got them all out in the lot. They got those big kind of what looks like, the barnyard sheds and stuff like that are pretty freaking huge.
But then just load it up and drive off. You got the keys to that, don't you?
That'll be like when I come to the point of my last day.
So Kyle, I think you should go to Lowe's and buy one. They have better pricing anyways.
I used to work at Lowe's. I can vouch for that.
Kyle, do we need to make a call? Who are you going to call my wife? Because Andy and my wife are like super close. They've known each other for years.
Mhm.
And so if my wife had a brother, it would be that guy.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Andy, if you want to call my wife and see if you can convince her to let me buy a shed, probably won't be happening anytime super soon, but who knows?
So Kyle, let me give you some points of advice on that.
Okay.
I've helped 2 guys build their backyard smoke lounges already.
All right, cool.
Look online is number one thing, dude.
Right.
The best thing is you look on like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, all those, dude. These guys are always moving these tough sheds and selling them and getting rid of them, dude. And dude, you can get them for so cheap, and then you just got to pay for the crane to put it in your backyard.
So I think Steve just sent you something, Brandon.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's a Jeep for sale, Brandon.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
George Lopez and our Just Car commercial.
Watch it.
Dude, I don't know, but I'm always afraid to click on a link you send me.
I swear to God, dude, seriously.
I think this one's verified.
Oh yeah, the Chevy Corvette. Yeah.
It's at the front door.
Uh-oh. You got one of your stalkers at the front door, dude?
Yellow Yeep. That's great, dude. He calls it a Grand Cherokee, but it was actually a Cherokee. Actually, that's a Cherokee. It's not a Grand Cherokee. Let's call it by its proper name, please.
Yep, and hopefully soon in my my pseudo lounge here, the man cave, I'll have a leather recliner. There's one on OfferUp for like $15. So the guy's gonna send me photos. I'm like, dude, if I could score a leather recliner for $15, I am all over that. And if it's got like, bugs, then screw it. It's in my garage, and I'll bomb the garage first.
What's $1,500?
No, $15. There's a leather recliner for sale in Rialto, not far from here, and so I may go and pick up a leather recliner for me to have in my man cave.
Dude, I just got rid of 2 chairs, man. I wish I could just view around the corner. I've got 2 leather chairs I'm kicking out of my lounge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that for making room for the new humidor?
It's partially making room for the new humidor, and I just felt like it was too crowded in here. Like, I would walk in and it felt cluttered and crowded. So I just wanted to open it up. And quite frankly, if I have more than 10 people in here, then what do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, if I have more than 9 people in here, you can get a freaking folding chair if you're one of the last ones to show up.
And now when you have Bible study there weekly, you can just open the door and say there's no room in the inn and close the door.
Correct. And I can put them in the manger.
There you go. Put them in Drew's home.
That's right. You guys go sit with Drew.
Nice.
No, I wanted to open up. Dude, now, like when I walk in, dude, it's just like it's wide open, dude. It feels so relaxing in here. Like
Steve, you able to have some pretty big hangouts in your basement?
Great.
Heck yeah, Brandon. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably fit, if I move the coolers over, probably have like 10 people down here.
Nice.
Dude, there have been some times where I've been like hanging out, like depending on where I was, like whether I was in Washington or like over in Illinois with my family. Dude, there's some pretty bitchin' basements where you could make that into some of the best, like the best lounge or man cave or hangout.
Right. I mean, I'm in like the laundry room area. The laundry room's over there to my left, and then there's a door behind me, and it leads to the actual like where like you could put like a cigar lounge, which we're gonna eventually do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because me and my wife smoke, so.
Yeah, dude, get good ventilation in there and some nice space, man. That'd be awesome. I wish I could do something like that. You know, my garage is too small for that, and we got way too much stuff. There's no way I could set it up in my garage. So I'm amazed that Tim was able to set it up in his, because his garage is smaller than mine.
It's the only room I have in the house. My wife was like, yeah, you can have the garage. I was like, cool. I almost have room. Now I'm going to make it work.
How big is your garage?
My garage, it's a 2-car garage, but it's a townhouse, so it's about a foot and a half skinnier than a standard garage size.
Got it.
Yeah, mine's probably like, Tim, what would you say? Probably about 20 by
Oh, I have no
20
clue.
by 20 by 15, something like that.
Yeah,
Not
whatever.
huge.
Your garage?
My garage, yeah.
That's the space I'm in right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously, that's like the size of my lounge.
But we got too much stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, I've
and
got my
there-
motorcycle and bikes and all sorts of other stuff. So I've got about half the garage.
I mean, that.
And half of that half is the studio. The other half is the man cave with a couple chairs set up and the TV on. The
Okay, that's a laundry room area.
Yeah, don't ask me what that pole is. I have no idea.
I know what it is.
I was gonna say I know Brandon could probably tell you what it is.
Brandon knows what it is because I send him the videos.
That's why my pants are off, baby.
There you go.
I love
Yeah,
it.
dude, my cigar lounge is 22 by 11 or 22 by 12.
Yeah, probably about that. You're about like a half car garage or like a single car garage.
It's a full single car bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just took one of the bays in the shop and converted it into my office and a cigar lounge.
Yeah, and that would be like if I cut my garage in half. That's what I would have, but I've got half of it with the studio, and then the other half is the hangout area. But it's also got my tool chest there, so there's no whole lot of room there. Well, Brandon, you've seen it, obviously, you know.
Yeah. No,
So yeah,
actually,
Steve, you got to come to California, dude.
Yeah, ideally, what I wanted to do was I was going to dig out my backyard, right behind the shop. I was going to dig all that out and bury. I wanted to bury 3 Connex boxes and knock out the wall between them and have a big 40-foot by 40 by 16 or 40 by 24 wide underground bunker cigar lounge style thing, man.
That'd be legit.
The bunker.
Well,
Yeah.
I just saw a video on maybe it was YouTube of a guy that did that. He did a full. It was more like whatever the arch room, more like an airplane hangar.
Yeah.
That was underground, and it was like a hallway entrance for half of it, and he had closets. It was a bunker for him to
Is
stay
that
in.
British dude?
Yes,
Yeah, I saw that.
dude, that's a legit setup.
That thing was sick as hell, bro. And
The concrete that's like 3 to 5 feet thick on top of it
Yeah.
and everything, and then the grass on top
All
of it, the
steel.
groove. Oh yeah, all the welds, everything.
yeah, dude, and they're
So what-
burning shit in there and stuff. Dude.
Oh yeah, he's like got a flamethrower in there. He's like, it's indestructible. I can do what I want.
Yes. Yep. That's what I wanted to do.
See, when these two get talking, man, they talk about all the crazy stuff that they want to build and put together.
There's nothing crazy about that, dude. If I could bury 3 or 4 Connex boxes, storage containers underneath,
Oh heck
knock
yeah.
out the walls between them, dude, you would freaking go nuts if you came over here and I was like, oh, you see that toolbox? Yeah, open the 3rd drawer down and move the 9/16 wrench to the left, and all of a sudden the fucking thing opens up and you're going underground into some bunker.
You lost Kyle when you said 9/16.
Oh, I'm sorry. The wrench next to the 1/2 and the 5/8.
I work at a hardware store. Give me a little credit, all right?
There
That
you
doesn't mean
go.
anything.
There
That
you
just means you wear an orange apron and point people towards an aisle.
No, dude, I worked in the hardware department for a little while when I first started. So I was sorting through a whole bunch of stuff and trying to figure out which tools I needed to buy so I could actually fix crap in my house if I needed to. So, yeah, dude, I've learned a few things. I'm definitely not as learned and educated as these 2 gearheads over here. So, I don't know how
I come
to
by
fix
that
crap.
honestly.
So, what are you smoking, Steve? I didn't get to see it. What is it?
Brandon Wells.
Yes.
A Brandon
So,
Wells.
8 by 80.
No.
A
A clown.
Or clown, yeah.
I fucking hate clown.
And that's why Steve is smoking it.
And
Only
we've got your cigars. I just got Kyle's today, Steve. So I threw a couple of mine in there, and we've got a package headed your way pretty soon here.
Yes, we finally got your sticks on your way.
So sad right now.
Kyle's face is so. When was it sad? I've been grinning like a moron.
Oh, dude. So,
Like a moron, like I do.
Tim, did you see my live video on Shadow Smokers?
Yeah, I watched that. I don't know, a couple hours ago. It was like Brandon was live 20 minutes ago. I was like, dang it.
Damn it. Did you see that Jeep that we're cutting up right now?
Oh yeah, doing tube back end and everything on it.
Yeah, we're cutting the frame in half tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh,
You
yeah.
dropped the tank out of it and all sorts of stuff.
What's Shadow Smoke? What's Shadow Smokers?
Shadow
It's
Smokers
another group.
Legion. It's a really cool group.
Oh, the cheap tobacco group like us.
Cheap
Yes.
tobacco group. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to another cigar reviewer, yes, that he put Shadow Smokers Legion, The Voyage, and Frontline Cigars Blue Line in the same category of just looking at it, not even lighting it or smoking it, as cheap tobacco and a too young of a cigar.
Okay.
But
Yeah, well, whatever.
But what you don't know is the Ecuadorian Habano, as Espinosa uses as well. I mean, whatever, man. Water under the bridge. Time to move
There you
on.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna let one guy slamming our cigars keep me from doing what I'm doing.
Nor should you, dude.
Well, no, if
Dude,
people.
I love the
you know,
blend.
You know what? If you reach out to someone in the industry
Mhm.
that's big and they don't want to talk to you or they don't want to give you the time of day, 3 months
You move
down
on.
the road, 3 months down the road, don't even come asking because I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
My story
Exactly.
is my story. Everybody knows the story. Everybody's behind the story. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it.
Absolutely.
And
dude.
Michael Giannini gave me his cell phone number. We talked for about 3 hours. Dude wanted to hear it. Thank
There you go.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Steve, absolutely.
Yes, Stogie Press 91 rating.
Nice.
That is
very
awesome.
good, dude. Very
Wow.
I
good.
love it.
I gotta say, the first ones to give me a 91 rating.
Woo woo.
These guys.
Brandon,
Dude.
have you tried the
I
Blue
lo-
Line yet?
No.
Okay, I've got a couple in my humidor. I'll shoot it your way.
Why would you do that to me?
Why would I do that to you?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take from your stock and send it to him.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah, you're gonna wait.
It'll be on the same shipping time frame that Brandon shipped stuff out, and now Drew evidently.
Drew's so funny because we were doing the thing. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it out Monday." Guess where the freaking packages are sitting today?
In the office.
Still on the floor in the office.
Yeah,
Dude,
sounds about right.
I was on the phone with Steve, and I just he called me up this morning, and when I was talking, he had me on speakerphone, and I just heard him shuffling around, just getting crap together and putting boxes together. And at first he's like, "Okay, hang on, I'll call you back." He calls me back not even 5 minutes later. We're talking a little bit more, shuffling around. He's like, "Hey man, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta finish all this stuff up." So man, he was on it today.
Dude, it was
Just all over.
it was crazy. I wake up Saturday morning and we had 3 orders, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! I could just do the 3 orders and get everything done, and
Mhm.
I could do it Sunday night and just relax the weekend." So I go on my show on Saturday with Michael, and my wife comes down and she's like, "What the hell's going on?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "Look at all these people on our website." And she shows me, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to be overwhelming. And
Uh-huh.
I get off the show, wake up the next morning. We had 16.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but I haven't even processed one. And
damn.
it's a pain in the doing it by yourself.
Oh, I bet.
Because you got to grab,
Self-fulfillment.
you got to grab the cigar. You got to, make sure all the, I don't send out shit cigars.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if the cigar's reading under 55, you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
I gotta hit up Cigar Medics. I gotta get some. I gotta get one of those just to see what it's all about and do a review on it and see how it is. I gotta hit up Luigi. In fact, I think wasn't it you, Steve, that sent me? It was either you or Rob. One of the two of you sent me Luigi's contact information.
I don't know. Okay.
Brandon, you liar! You are wearing pants.
Best part.
You looked.
He didn't give me a choice. He got up right in front of the camera. I just saw.
I mean, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was only 7. I don't know if you guys could see that.
Oh man.
I mean,
Nice.
It's nice, but it's
a lot of work.
It was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I was still in my basement doing it. And then
Cool.
more.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that.
So like midnight here. That's not bad. There you go, Cigar Medics. Humidimeter.
I love it.
Yeah, and then more came in today, and that's when I was talking to you because I had class, and the mailman usually comes around 3.
Yeah.
And by the time I got off the phone with you, it was like I was pushing it, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't even eaten yet, and yeah. So
Yeah, dude,
I was planning on waking up at 8, but now it's going to be 8:30, and I'm just going to get into Zoom in the nick of time.
Nice. Awesome.
There you go.
Killing it, man.
Have any of you guys had the CAO America yet?
No.
Negative. I had a problem with the Italia, returned it.
Oh, that's right.
Got
They were
another
like
box.
35% or something crazy.
Got another box. They were at 36. I said, you know what? Just give me the Brasilia.
Yeah, this one is sat in my humidor
shit.
since January. So
We got to turn the sprinklers off.
yeah, God took care of that for you, bro.
You should have done that like 5 hours ago.
Right.
Yeah, when my wife told me to do it, and now she's gonna be like, "You didn't turn off the sprinklers, did you?" Like, nope.
Bro, you just admitted that, and it's all documented now.
All documented, bro.
I didn't even have to admit it. I would have heard about it later.
Yeah, but you don't admit that you actually heard it.
What's it gonna matter? I'm still gonna get the same talk later.
Remember when I told you? Yeah.
Someone's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yeah. I am.
Nah, I sleep. We have a nice Cow King bed, so no smoke shed for me, right?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
ask Rob Jones how he did it.
How he did what, his smoke shed and stuff like that, or his little.
He's got a shed in his backyard that he does his studio from.
Yeah, his studio is in one of those sheds. You guys are all set up. He's got a 10 by 12, something like that.
Right. So we'll see. Right now, it's still a pipe dream, and it's figuring out where it can conveniently sit in the yard, because we already got the yard redone and laid out, and the grass and everything like that.
Just put it in that back corner under the tree. Trim that tree and put it up under there.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yep.
It's a nice spot.
So do you guys have coins? Are you getting coins, or you doing?
We just have the
chips?
we just have the poker chips for Dad Smoking Cigars Nation.
Got it.
Yeah, we've got our poker chip here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at doing a different coin than what I have or what I had.
Yeah, and then I've got the Barrel Burners one, and then I've got the nice, thick, heavy Shadow Smokers Legion 1 year anniversary.
The one you could kill a person with.
Seriously. Now,
No.
if it were 1992 and Pogs were still a big thing, this would be my slammer.
Yeah.
Just wait until you see mine.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome.
You talking about the ones that you had cast, the aluminum ones or whatever they are, the steel ones or something?
No. The actual challenge coin that I was selling on the website.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting it redone by someone else.
nice.
Do you
In
have
fact,
any more of those?
Huh?
Do you have any more of those?
Negative.
Slammer. Yeah, I actually just got my Black Hand Cigar Society one in the mail today with a couple stickers that I had ordered from them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I got none.
I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are part of all these freaking groups and all that stuff, man. I can't even keep up with my own, let alone all these other ones.
Yeah.
Well, the blue line's important to me because we started that to help out, injured or sick cops.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be my baby, but
Mm-hmm.
then Liam and Linda asked me to help run theirs, and it's like,
Yep.
I couldn't say no.
What's there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black Hand Cigar Society.
See, I never even heard of that.
Okay.
Yes, Linda and Liam Baird, the ones that you and I have talked about, they're brand ambassadors for Blue Line Cigar or for Frontline Cigars, and then they've got Hiram and Solomon and a few others. They've got their own group on Facebook. It's like most of them, private invite only.
I'm under my Jeep all the time. I prefer to be in my Jeep versus under it.
Unless it's upside down, because then everybody can read your license plate.
Yes.
Hefe decided to come back on and hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
And Jeff, by the way, I still have your package. I haven't mailed it out yet. I told Jeff, did he ask me a while ago if he could send cigars my way and I could send them up to him? And I said, not a good idea, dude. And he still sent stuff my way.
You should send him that box of JMs that you've had for like a year.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. It's sitting there. It's actually on the floor in my freaking in my lounge right now, sitting there.
Dude, when we came out a year ago, you had those, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm waiting to send these up to Canada."
No. I sent those out. Another shipment showed up, and I'm like, "You didn't learn your lesson the first time."
What cigars did you get from Rockefeller?
They're ones I actually got like 2 years ago at the show. I just was going through my humidor today and came across. Dude, I don't know how many they sent, bro. I took them out of the pack and I sent them in, put them in the box. And actually, I didn't even do that. I said, Drew, these need to be shipped, and he did it. The Connecticut.
They weren't packed with any humidification packs,
Okay.
so you're good, Jeff.
They're in the humid bag. I think it's another Connecticut. The Habano.
That one.
Nice.
That one's good.
Okay. And then the Maduro.
Oh,
Awesome.
You don't have the blue.
The Connecticut's blue.
No, you don't have the Dominican blue.
You know, I might, dude. I've got to go through the rest of the cigars. This is going to sound really freaking, like, I guess arrogant, but not, I don't know, dude. There's so many freaking cigars that I have here, dude. Like,
Dude, that's not arrogant. You get a bunch of your stock. You have ones you've collected over the years.
I'm in the same boat as you.
yeah. I mean, dude, I had to put in that new. God damn it, I just dropped it. Like the other day, I'm driving along. Like I remember back in the day, dude. Like the way I took care of cigars. And now the other day, I'm driving along and I go into one of those $3 car wash things where you use your own, vacuum your own car out.
Yeah.
I'm sliding the seat around, going through stuff, dude. I found a freaking cigar underneath my seat. Like, dude, back in the day, I would have been like, "Oh my god, it's a cigar! I can't believe it!" And I was like, "Let's see if I can smoke it."
What's one of 4,000?
I only did that once years
7,000.
ago before I actually started. Before I started actually taking care of my smokes. I remember when my boss, he was given when I did the pool service gig. My boss, who he doesn't smoke cigars, he got handed a couple. I was like, "Oh, when are you gonna smoke this?" He's like, "I don't smoke them." I was like, "Serious?" "I do." He's like, "You want them?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he gave it to me, and I put it in the glove box of my car. And it was like, it wasn't summertime, but it was warm, and I forgot about it. And it was the only cigar I had in my possession at the time. And I remember I realized it was still in there. I grabbed it, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, screw it, I'm smoking this." Dude, it was so dry. And
How dry was it?
It was very dry. And I just decided, screw it.
It burned and it hurt.
It
Screw
puts the lotion on its cigar.
Yeah, right. I was waiting for
Dude,
Steve
I probably should have done that. I should have done something, but I smoked that, and it was so dry and so bad, and it gave me the worst nicotine buzz and headache I've ever had in my life, just because of how dry it was. I think I got maybe 2/3 through it, and I couldn't do it anymore. I was just like,
You'd have been better going to your front yard and picking up leaves that fell off a tree and smoking those.
Yeah, rolling my own stogie from all the fallen leaves of the trees of my apartment complex at the time.
I'm tasting a bit of spruce.
Yes, this was like 6 years ago or so. So yeah, this was before I knew how to before I even had a humidor, dude. I didn't even have a humidor box.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything. That was back when Tim and I smoked like maybe a handful of times a year.
Yeah, if even that.
So, if even that. So, yeah.
I remember one bachelor party I had at night, and I was like, "Whoa! I had 2 cigars in one night."
Yeah.
Ermagerd.
Hey, Steve, what do you store your cigars in?
You're gonna laugh.
No, I'm not.
Coleman coolers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. They were great.
Dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't believe.
Bro,
Yep.
I had 4 of those stacked up in my office at one point, dude. Before I got my before I bought the big wine coolers, I had 4 of those things stacked up in there, man. All of them with the little the miniature cigar oasis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. There you go.
Yep. I
I
got
had
the
the
little.
big Costco ones.
I don't have anything in there. No
Yeah, right.
humidification on my mother. No
Wow.
humidification whatsoever. It's at each one I check every day. It was at 67 today.
Yeah, but
Nice.
you're also in the basement in like Illinois, dude. Like we don't have much basements here in Arizona, and when it's freaking like when it's 120 degrees out here, dude, like you have to have them and stuff.
Yeah,
Jeff, yes, I
right.
did, bro. Like I've lost. How much weight have I lost now?
Probably 20, 30 pounds.
16 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, the heaviest I've ever been is 240. I was at 238 when I started the plant-based diet, and now I'm down to. I weighed myself today at 222.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still
just
at
all plant-based.
I'm still at 230 and haven't lost anything yet. So,
I'm
but
sitting at a nice, comfortable 185.
Wow, I'm the lightest here.
how tall are you, Steve?
Thank you, Jeff.
6'2".
Okay, you're an inch taller than me. I'm at the heaviest I've been in a while because I
Yeah.
weighed around 200 about 3 years ago.
Yeah, the biggest I've been is 185 because
Holy
of all
shit.
this. The biggest, yeah. The
I love you, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's like 5'5", 300 pounds.
it's all right.
So the picture you actually put up of Matt Hashimoto is actually Jeff?
Yes.
Okay. Dude,
Yeah.
Jeff, you look good in that with no shirt on, bro.
You
Nice.
know Matt Hashimoto lost like 100 and some odd pounds, right?
Yeah.
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 That's-
That's a cool dude, man.
He is
That's what-
awesome.
He's on my
Dude, that
herp.
guy's
He's on my herps all the time.
I'm festively plump. Thank you. You know,
Matt,
Andy, you've always carried it well.
Matt Hashimoto.
you wish,
You
bro.
wish, bro.
You're 6'4", bro. You're actually a bit taller than me.
You're
Are you
taller than
really
me.
I would have guessed he was like 5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. I didn't know you were that tall, dude. I feel small now.
Well, you should. I'm taller than you.
And I'm 5'10", so I'll just leave. There you go.
COVID. Nice. I love it.
Hey, Brandon, thank you for that long, I don't know if you want to call it a sermon or prayer to my buddy Steve. It was really genuine and fresh, brother. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Let me tell you this, dude. Like in our Bible study, we've been talking about just prayer and God, and it's amazing. Like in a couple of the guys that I've been talking with, it's amazing because people say, "Hey, man, will you pray for somebody?" And you see everybody, they put the prayer hands up, and yes, I'll pray. Why doesn't anybody just pray?
Because I'm not.
Yeah.
Just
And
talk.
I think I told Kyle this before. Like when I was a kid, I was like forced,
Yeah,
like to go.
I
to
was
church.
too. I
Forced.
was too.
And I went to a Catholic high school, and after high school, it was like, I ain't doing this anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
But-
Catholic upbringing is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, but at this juncture in my life of what I'm going through, are you okay?
Oh, I'm great.
All right, you're just like
He's focusing on what you're saying, dude.
head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes.
Eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
No, but like, I'll sit there and I'll meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's still good, dude.
And I'll meditate in a different way, though. I'll meditate not to get peace. I'll meditate to get all the bad and all the shit that's bothering me out.
Get rid of all the bad juju.
Yeah, and think about they had us do an exercise today, or we're just sitting there with our eyes closed and just start breathing, and then think of who's next to you
Yeah.
and who you're in the room with, and immediately I started thinking of my dad, man, and him smoking a cigar next to me,
That's awesome.
smoking a Blue Line, and then next thing I know, I'm dripping, and I'm just like, I had to take off my glasses, grab a Kleenex, and he goes, "How did everybody feel?" And I'm like, "Is this going to be a theme?" I asked the psychiatrist. I'm like, "Is this going to be a theme?" He's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I go, "I swear, this is the third class I'm in, and every class you've made me cry." And he goes, "You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it." And I go, "You know what?
No.
You're absolutely right, because you know what? I cry, you cry, everybody cries, and you know what? I'm not ashamed to say, live here on Dad Smoking Cigars, that I cry."
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Brent and I did a live, and that even came up. And hey, you know what? If that's a raw, true emotion, then bro, feel that emotion. There is the stigma of you got to be a man, and you can't, have emotions, and you can't show that it's weakness if you do. You know what? Those are the guys that actually need to. Those are the guys that actually let out their emotions the most.
Dude, I've been on the job 14 years. I don't think I've ever cried more in my 14 years of being a cop than I've did these past 3 or 4 months. And it's just bent up frustration, anger, hurt, shit that went on at home. It's you take care of your family when shit's going downhill.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah. Andy.
Andy, I would actually argue that crying makes you more of a man.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, because there's nonsense that like men aren't supposed to emote, men are supposed to stay strong. Do you know? And speaking from experience, do you know what happens when you bottle all that crap up? You turn into a miserable son of a bitch.
Yep.
And you cannot do right by your family when you do that. You cannot do right by your friends.
You become angry and bitter and jaded and negative.
Yep.
And that's what I was for. I mean, Steve, kind of going back to the whole idea of just leaning on God, praying, etc. For 2 years, man. Because prior to 2 years ago, man, I lived as a very strongly devout Christian. Tim and I did ministry stuff together. We, Tim discipled me. He took me through John 15 and things like that. And that was like the bedrock of my life. And then a couple things happened to me, most notably my nephew passing away. And that just made me question everything, which questioning everything isn't a bad thing. It means you're thinking. Mm-hmm. But I took it in a whole different direction where I was just like, you know what? I don't know how I feel about that stuff anymore. I don't know what I believe in that regard anymore. And I just I put it in a box and I locked it away. But during that time, I just bottled stuff up. I was in pain constantly because, again, God, why would you take a kid so great from us? Why would you allow that to happen, etc. My mind wasn't in the right place, and I wasn't thinking properly because I was just letting my anger and my bitterness speak for me.
Yep.
And as a result, made everybody in my family worry about me horribly. I turned into, it triggered depression and anxiety, the likes of which I'd never experienced before. And I'm just kind of coming through and giving my life back to God very recently, as in within the last 2 months, which was not easy for me to do because I was still struggling with the whole idea of being stubborn. Like, I don't know if I want to surrender my life to God. I don't know. But especially now with everything going on in our world right now and getting to spend all this, really, it's a blessing all the time I'm getting to spend with my family. I was just like realizing, okay, God, I need you to get me through these days so that way I can be good for my family while I'm at the house and taking care of business. And, if I don't pray.
Thank you.
If I don't pray, yeah, God bless you, Tim.
There's another one in there. I've got the tracking number, but it hasn't been delivered yet.
If I don't pray, then I'm holding it in. And it's that release, it's that surrender, just like, okay, God, you are in control of all of this. I may not always want to give it to you. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. I may not want to pray right now, but I need to talk to you about it. I need to give it to you. And I'm still working through all that because, 2 years living as a prodigal, you're unlearning a bunch of negative crap you allowed yourself to live in for the longest time, So, and
Well, here's the deal, dude. Like, and I'll just say, and I've said this many times. I don't really. To me, where your belief lies is where your belief lies. If you know, I think for the longest time, and you know, Steve, I was like you. I was forced to go to the church. I was forced to pray. I remember going to church in my pajamas one time as a kid. My parents were forcing me to go, and I just didn't want to go. There was a lot of negative emotions for me behind the church and everything that was there. And man, I mean, like you, Kyle, I fell away for a long, long time, and it was all about me, and it's how I can handle it and what I can do. And I tell you what, man, I had enough of this shit. And for me, like, I was, you know, and I've talked about this before, starting my brokerage. Before I even started it, I just said, God, if you think you can take care of this, this is yours. You told me to challenge you, you told me to give it to you, then fine, here, you know what? It's yours. You take it. And whether you believe that is God or you believe in karma, you believe in the world, whatever it is that you believe in, for me, it's God. That doesn't make my belief right. That doesn't make your belief wrong. It just, that makes it my belief. Okay. And at the end of the day, I need to respect you and your beliefs as long as you respect me and mine. And as long as you're not forcing yours on me, I'm not forcing mine on yours. I'm going to share my experience of what's going on. But at the end of the day, I give it up and you give it up. Steve, your stresses and your issues. Kyle, your stresses and your issues. Tim, your stresses, your issues. All of that. If you believe in the world, you believe in karma, you believe in a voodoo doll in your corner, give it up. Because if it allows you to live a better life and a happier life while you're here, none of us know where we're going when this life is over. None of us know. That's why it's a belief. It's not truth. It's not fact. Like for me, it's fact. It's truth. But the reality is it's belief. Okay, because we don't know for a fact.
Well, I believe that things happen for a reason.
Yep.
I do believe in karma. You know, my wife likes to read cards.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna step away for a second.
She reads cards to people, and she's got to, you know, be in front of the person and feel their energy in order to do that. And so she was reading my cards about 7 months ago, and she goes, "I'm not going to tell you what the cards say, but I'm going to write out what it says, write the date, and I'm going to sign it on the bottom, and I'm going to hide it in my safe." So she pulled out about 2 weeks ago, and she said that I will no longer be a police officer. And you know what? I'm a better person for it.
Yep.
There you go.
Because you know what? I would have never met guys like Brandon. I would have never met, you know, you guys I met obviously when I was on the job, but I would have never got the opportunity to meet Kevin Schweitzer, Michael Giannini, people that want to hear my story.
Yeah.
You know, these Zoom cloud meetings sometimes get overwhelming for me because I got 18 people popping up. I got guys messaging me on a daily basis. Are you doing a HERF tonight? Like Phil texted me, "Hey, you doing a HERF tonight? I need to talk." And I'm like, kind of doing the wife thing tonight. She, you know, I mean,
I jumped on with Phil, by the way, so he got to have his talk, man.
Yeah, he told me, he goes, "Are you coming?" He's just like, "It's me and Brandon." I'm like, "Nah, dude." I'm like, it's been a while since me and her really got to sit there and enjoy each other and each other's company.
And you've got to have that time. You've got to have that time where you can focus on the priorities. I mean, the last couple times that you've had yours, Steve, you know, I've had family things or time with the wife or I mean, one of mine went on with you, Brandon. You know, there are things that no one else can influence when it comes down to us and what we make our priorities. And for me, for Kyle, for you, Brandon, and I know for you, Steve, obviously exemplified tonight, there are times when the family needs to take its priority and you've got to have the time. I mean, Brandon, like I talked with you and you're like, "Hey, you know, I can talk, but I got to pick up my daughter from work and we got to do this." And hey, you know, if and when you're ready, because that is more important. That is what 10, 15, 20 years from now, that's where the family will look back and go, "Dad, I remember the time you did this with me. I remember the time that we played this board game that night. I remember the time that we sat on our porch and that we, you know, pulled up music from before 1990. Those are the things that you'll look back at, and those will be the memories that you can sit back on your rocker when you're 80 years old and go, "I'm glad I didn't skip out on that."
Yeah.
But more
Absolutely.
importantly, I think more importantly than that too, for me personally, it's the things that my kids don't know. My kids don't know that you and I, Tim, scheduled a meeting and we scheduled it around picking her up from work. Like, she doesn't know that, and I don't need to tell her that.
Well, here,
Because she knows that it was about her.
my
And that's all that
daughter,
matters.
my daughter had a one-on-one with her counselor at 8 o'clock, and she's like, it rolls from 8 to 9. And I'm sitting here doing work, and she's like, can I use the basement because the bedroom is kind of loud and you guys won't hear me in the basement. I said, yeah, take the basement. She's like, are you herfing tonight? And I said, no, babe. I go, if you need the basement, you need the basement. It's about you right now. It's not about me.
Mhm.
You need your Monday nights to talk to whoever you need to talk to. It's all you. Go ahead.
Yep. My son asked
sure.
me, and he's used to Mondays at about 8:30. Kyle and I do on our Fresh Review Friday for the week. And tonight was just sort of a beta test of using the platform. And my 9-year-old Micah goes, "Hey, Dad, it's 8:20. Do you need to start heading down to the garage and to the studio so that you can work with Uncle Kyle?" I was like, "No, I pushed it back to 8:40." And my wife, of course, looks at me as like, "Oh, so regal of you." But at the end of the day, when Kyle texted me, and of course, I poked fun back at her. But at the end of the day, it was, even though it was only extra 10 minutes, that 10 minutes allowed me to have the time to do our nighttime routine, to goof off with the boys, to tuck them into bed, to pray with them, and to do our nighttime routine. And my boys needed to know that even though that's a weekly thing that happens, I valued more the time getting to put them to bed at night, because I know I could text Kyle and say, I'll push it back 10 minutes. I'll push it back 15 minutes, whether the boys know it or not. But that time is more important to me. I mean, Kyle's come over here before this whole COVID-19 stuff, and he'd sit here for 5-10 minutes where I'm putting the boys to bed. Am I going to cheat my boys at that time? Absolutely not, because they need to know that they're important, whether they think something else is going on or not. They need to know, just like my wife, that they are more important.
Yeah.
Well, and that afforded me time to take care of my youngest, because for the most part, usually when I put him down, he's good and he just kind of gets comfy and falls asleep. But every now and then he'll be like, I don't know if I want to sleep, and he's standing up and he's either talking or he'll cry because he's like, he wants us to come back. And I'll come into the room and he'll be like, what's the thumbs up, dude?
What Andy said.
Comment, Andy.
Strong word.
Got it.
It makes me so thankful to have come back to Cigars. Cigars bringing amazing men to a place to talk about everything. Thank you guys. Hashtag thanks Kyle. Hashtag thanks Tim.
For sure. But
Hashtag screw you, Steve. I love you, bro.
Dude, he's doing the Stone Cold.
You know you want to laugh.
What?
You know you want to laugh. You know you want to laugh.
What?
I'll keep saying it, dude. I'll repeat this shit all freaking night long.
Hey, you know what? Somebody needs to at the end.
Oh, and then Tim muted himself.
No, but you know what? It's more about, and it's like I tell guys, it's with me, it's bigger than cigars, because I do my Zoom for one reason and one reason only: to make sure that my people are okay.
Yep, it's community. It's caring for each other.
Absolutely.
And it does not matter at all whether you're someone that just got laid off after having a job for the last 25 years because your company doesn't know how they're going to afford payroll, or whether you're someone that owns their own business and they're a multi-millionaire. Caring for each other in a community is what it's all about. And that's what all of us here, and people that are watching right now, that's what all of us are really here for. It's a community of brotherhood, of brothers and sisters coming together and knowing that they can share life together.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, even on my herb, you don't even have to buy a cigar. If you need to talk, hit me up on the chat. I'll send you my phone number. We'll talk. I'm going through stuff. I'm going through stuff right now that people don't know about. That almost put me over the edge. And if it wasn't for cigars, and if it wasn't for the cigar community, I don't know where I would be right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, it's awesome.
It just brings things into perspective, and it shows what's more important. You know, like I said, I've been doing this job 14 years. I've come to terms with I don't need to do it anymore because you know what? It doesn't make me happy. It's toxic. It's toxic.
Yep.
And the only thing it's doing is ruining my life and my family.
Yeah, and that's not worth it.
Oh, hell
And it never
no.
will be.
No job is worth it.
No.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Not at all. No job is worth putting my family through what they've been through in the last 3 years.
No way.
No.
So, good talk.
No, I think I think it's just always important to and what I've done in the beginning of this year, I look back and I was looking at where I stated my priorities were versus where my actions were showing that my priorities were, and I realized that they weren't in alignment. And so I had to get that back into alignment. And there was times that I would give up. If there was a live or something that I could be on, I would give that up, give up Bible study to be on that live. Well, that doesn't put my priorities in alignment.
Yeah.
And then I found that I was putting my Sunday night group, my Bible study group, all these things over spending time with my family. Like I didn't have a dedicated time I spent with my family.
Yep.
But I had all these dedicated times for God and all these dedicated times for friends. So where did that really put my family?
Yeah.
So I had to go back and realign all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what happened with me in 888 because, it was fun and everything. And there was that part of me that wished I could have kept doing it and done a better job. But honestly, once it was all over and done, it was a relief because even though it was only a couple nights out of my week, it was taking away from time with my family to the point where, at first it was an exciting and really happy thing. My wife was really excited and proud of me for it and glad that I was able to get this, additional gig and bringing in extra revenue for my family. And it was a blessing for when I had it. But really, it turned into a serious burden for me.
What's the 888?
It was a cigar lounge and bar that I did social media for a period of about 5 months. And I didn't quite do what I said I was going to do. And both my former boss and I realized that our expectations of each other were out of whack. And I thought, I could have done what I said I was going to do. I just did not follow through. And my boss's lack of understanding of social media and how certain things work and what you can do, he said, I probably should have asked more questions and I probably should have checked in with you more. And, and that was also on me and stuff. So, but just boiling it down, I was driving out about 30 minutes away from home and I would spend 2 to 4 hours at this lounge. I would, put up the pictures and put up posts and things like that and try to draw more attention to this place. And, there was a time where I was doing okay. And then I kind of allowed instead of the actual results being the reward, I let the social aspect be the reward. Yeah. And it did not bode well for my former boss. It didn't bode well for me. And it was also putting a strain on my family life because I wasn't home. And I was just out at a lounge hanging out and smoking cigars and not giving my family the time that they needed from me on nights I could have been home. And so it started out as a blessing, turned into a burden. And then once it was over, I was just very happy about that because then I was home back with my family again and getting that back into alignment. And it was, some important lessons learned, but, kind of a failed experiment, as it were.
So I'm kind of glad that you got through your, I wouldn't call it a struggle today, but when we talked today at 12:48 Central Time, you were seeking some wisdom, and I gave you some wisdom. I gave you some wisdom in a way that only Steve could understand, and that Steve can throw out there because. Val was giving me a psychological perspective, and I'm like, nah, he's probably not going to understand that. I'm gonna go with baseball.
No, I appreciated it, dude, and it came through.
So, and I'm gonna read what I said to you. I said, life can throw you throw curveballs at you. The man upstairs is throwing you a curveball, Dennis Eckersley style. He wants to see if you're going to swing at the ball or take it. If you don't swing and it's a strike, your team suffers. If you swing and you it's supposed to be crush the ball, your team is happy. So step up to the plate because God is throwing you a curveball right now, and I know you're going to fucking kill that ball.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yep.
And that's the idea, man. Right now, I'm excited about all these different things that I'm getting to do, that I have more time to do, and that my wife, being the wonderful woman she is supporting me, and she's always supported me. She's never not supported me. But now we're in a position where there's more freedom, just because we spend all this time together already because of the present circumstances. And now I'm able to kind of spread things out better. And I'm just hoping that once this is all over, I'm going to make sure it all carries over. And once, we're able to go back to, whatever form of normality we had. Mm-hmm. I'm still working and I'm still pushing it, and I'm still, as you said, crushing that ball and hitting it out of the park.
Like Kirk Gibson did.
Kirk Gibson, 88 World Series.
So you're speaking Greek to me right now. I don't pay attention to sports.
I don't understand that stuff, dude.
I have a number 23 Kirk Gibson jersey because I love Kirk Gibson, the 88 World Series. I laid in bed listening to Vin Scully call a high fly ball to right center field. She is gone.
Yep.
Jump out of bed screaming and yelling.
The one that I liked the most was when Paul Konerko hit the grand slam in the 2005 World Series. That was, for me, like, wow.
Paul Konerko, a former Dodger.
He should have been, you know what? I don't know. I felt that he should have got at least a little bit more than 4% on the vote for the Hall of Fame. It's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, Paul Konerko actually, I think, went to my alma mater, Cal State Fullerton, as well, back when they were doing really well, winning World Series and all sorts of stuff in college.
He was a catcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, I think it's my time to jump off. I'm going to head inside and spend a little bit more time with my wife before we call it a night.
That's much.
So.
Yeah, I still got cigar left, dude.
I finished mine a bit ago.
I'm still good. I'm here.
Mine a bit ago. So I will leave you guys to it. But as always, it's a pleasure. It's a blessing. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys a little bit tonight. And yeah, man, we'll have to do it again soon.
Hey, who is Free Gaza? Because he said,
he's a YouTube user.
What's with the terrible typewriter noise? So Kyle is sitting in his backyard, and it's raining here in Southern California. So it's the rain on a cold tin roof.
Yep. So, anyways,
Kyle, we'll have a good night, brother.
You too. Love you guys.
Yep. Take it easy, bro.
And I will talk to you soon.
Hey, before you leave, do you need toilet paper?
Dude, I thought you had that sorted. What the hell?
I got it sorted. I just want to make sure you got it sorted.
I'm good. I got the TP I need. Yes, always.
Charmin.
Later.
And the headset, make sure you flip it to the off switch so that it doesn't die. Otherwise, you have to recharge it all.
Okay. Later.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah,
it got so much quieter.
I know, right? Dude, holy crap, the ticking's gone. I think the most important thing to understand, though, like for me personally, like what I've come to learn so strongly just through my life is that all adversity brings greatness. And I think, for me, that allows me to celebrate the times that are the worst. Because when I get into these bad times, it just means like there's something really cool coming up on the other side of this. And if I give up, I'm going to miss out on that really cool thing that's coming up. And
look at your whole FQI thing.
Huh?
Your whole FQI thing and the positivity you kept of, hey, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm going to believe that I've put my stuff together the best that I can, and after that, it's out of my hands.
Yep. And you walk away. Like, I could not let QI stress me out and tear me down. And I'm sure it's not done. But, at the end of the day, dude, like some of my worst moments in life, like I can look back and say this is my absolute worst moment in my life, and it has brought me the most positivity. I mean, my wife's and my dude, back when we were fighting all the time and there was always issues. Now, like we get along like I couldn't believe, and like this is the relationship I always look forward to, and it all came from and stemmed from working through that adversity together.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I think the important thing that if we can get that through our heads and understand that, I now like listen, my flesh, in the moment, yeah, I get frustrated and I get irritated. That's not going to change, but I'm quicker to change it back to positivity, to find the silver lining, and to just get excited about what's coming out. Man, look at this whole COVID-19 thing and all the things that people are worried about and freaking out about. What good's that going to do you?
Yeah.
It's not going to do you any good. Find the positivity in it and look forward to what's coming out of it.
Yeah.
There's some great things coming out. Yeah, I know. I understand people are getting sick. I understand people are dying. I understand like all those things. Like it doesn't take away from the pain. It doesn't take away from the suffering. It doesn't take away from the stress, the financial, all that stuff. That's all very real, and don't ignore it.
Oh,
Understand it's
no.
there.
Yep.
But understand it's there to a point to work through it, not to get mad at it and let it drag you down.
Well,
Get
Yeah.
excited about what's to come.
it gives you an opportunity to connect with people that you normally wouldn't connect with. And using that Zoom platform, I wouldn't have met half of these guys if it wasn't for this COVID-19.
Right. Well said, Jeff.
Yep. Well said. Absolutely. You can't get stronger unless you go through some pain and you go through some challenges. It's the reality of it. And obviously you can relate it to, lifting weights and getting into shape and, bodybuilding and all that. But it's the same for spiritual and personal journeys. Unless you go through something challenging, how are you ever going to get stronger to be able to deal with that and to be able to understand what it takes to know how strong you really are?
Well, I tell, the people that I talk to every day in the morning at the hospital, listen, I want to get better. I want answers as to why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to be an outlet for someone.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to have guys come onto my HERF, and if they need to talk, dude, the floor is yours. This ain't about Frontline Cigars. It's about how you're feeling.
Right.
It's about, what's going on in your life. I just happen to be, a brand owner, an online retail store that just gives a crap about people.
Right.
I care more about, half these. It doesn't even have to be a cigar. I could just sit here without a cigar and just talk to you guys about life.
Right.
I mean, how you're feeling, because like my first day in class, some girl was talking. I didn't even, I don't know all these people. And she's talking, and it's like I'm looking into a mirror and she's saying everything that I'm going through. And I lost it. I had to walk away like twice because it was just like pouring rain.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's finding not only help, but other people that are out there that are looking for someone to talk to. Because not everybody is going to share their story. A lot of people are private about what's going on in their life.
Yep.
Me, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Excuse my language. I'm here to tell the story. You know why?
Yep.
Because it needs to get out. If you're hurting out there and you don't want nobody to know, someone needs to know, because you know what? It's bottled up inside of you and you need to get it out.
Well, what good is a story if it's not told?
Exactly. And if nobody wants to listen to it, I'm not going to waste my time.
Well, and listen, at the end of the day, Steve, here it is. For me to tell my story is therapy for myself.
Absolutely.
At the absolute worst case scenario, if nobody wants to hear my story, then it is therapy for me, because I get to get it out. Like we talked about earlier, crying's okay. It's releasing that, and we need other men in our lives to be able to talk to share these stories with, so that we can release those things from our life and get them off of our chest and put them out there and make it gone.
Yep.
And,
I mean, my wife and go ahead.
No, and if that story is there, and listen, I believe stories are given to people to inspire others. I believe, they say everything happens for a reason. I mean, everything I've been through, dude. Like, one of the guys came into our Bible study new and was talking about something. I go, dude, God, man, I just went through that. Holy crap, dude. Let me show you my story, because you're in the midst of it and you're in the shit right now and it sucks. You're in the mud spinning your tires and you're going, I'm never going to get out of this thing. And what you don't see is that you're slowly inching forward. Don't let off the throttle, because that's when you get stuck.
Yep.
Keep your foot on the throttle, man. Keep it going. Keep feathering it at the times you need to feather it, and get hard on that throttle when you need to get hard on it. Because, dude, it's going to get you through the muck, and you're going to pull through the other side, and you're going to go, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
And you're going to teach other people how to get through the mud.
Yeah, my wife and I went through, and I won't go into all the details of it. My wife and I went through challenges when it comes to children for a while. And it was the most heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, worst emotional times of my life, and times because it was more than once. If we weren't able to lean on God, lean on our faith, and lean on what we believe in, we wouldn't have been able to, just a couple months after tragedy for us, we wouldn't have been able to come alongside multiple friends, including my wife's best friend, and understand exactly what they were going through, because we were willing to be vulnerable enough to say, look, I've been there. This is what I did. It may not help you, but at least I know there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a positive ending. There is a good that will come at the end of this. And we had to go through that, unfortunately, multiple times, not even a couple, but multiple different times. But at the end of it, we can look back, we can go, I understand why those things were allowed, our belief system, why God allowed those things, because each and every time it allowed us to trust God and to help other people in a very tangible, real way. And that's what life's about. Life is about going through the junk and the hard times together, so that you can then relate it to other people and help them through it. Because you better believe when you go through a hard time, there's going to be somebody that comes alongside you and helps carry you through that tough time. And then there's times after you get through that tough time, you get to carry somebody.
Right. I look at, like, you guys have seen the pictures of my Jeep and, like, the stuff that it does now, man, the flex that it has, the places it can go, the things it can do. And, like, that was 3 years of planning and collecting parts and finding these little pieces, and then 3 months of, like, painstaking work and cutting and grinding. Like, we literally took all of the original stuff that somebody else, an engineer, thought was good, which worked.
Mm-hmm.
But we cut all of that off, ground it off the frame, got rid of it, made it non-existent, and recreated a whole new system that is 10 times better than what anybody could have imagined it being from that engineer standpoint. And that, to me, is like a total, like, obvious picture of what life is about. You go through the pains, dude. Like, I smashed fingers, dude. I freaking burned the shit out of my hand. Like, you go through all that stuff so that you can have that fun. And now, dude, like, it was really interesting because we talked about this, I think, Tim, when you saw the photo of my Jeep pointing straight up at the sky, and everybody goes, what did you break? And I go, nothing, because we worked so hard on it, making the planning and getting all this right. And actually another Jeep broke down and we were able to tow him home.
Yeah.
So because of everything we went through, we were able to get him fixed well enough to get him to a point that I can hook a strap to him, get him home, and help get him fixed.
Yep.
Like, that is life right there. To have that tow rope, and even down, like, the tow rope we use is called a voodoo rope, and it's a tension rope. So, like, you never even felt that you were being towed. And here we are. My Jeep went through the shit, pulled through it, and helped somebody else get home, and we got him fixed, and we went out on the trail again.
Yep.
That didn't stop him from getting on the trail. It didn't stop the Jeep from getting. It didn't leave the Jeep stuck and stranded on the side of the road. Like, that is what life's about. And we all go through our shit. We all go through the muck so that we can help the next guy get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think I just to me like I just see like there's these constant little pictures in my life and these little situations all the time, and it's so exciting because it's like that's what life's all about, dude. That's it right there. Everybody's trying to figure out the answer to life. There is no one answer, but
No.
to me the biggest thing is guys like Steve and Tim and Kyle that are willing to sit down and talk and say, hey, dude, I understand.
Mhm.
Let's get through this together.
Yeah, that's why we spend 5 hours on Zoom.
Yeah.
If
I
it
mean,
takes, if it takes 5 hours, man, it takes 5 hours.
And
exactly.
that's why these guys get on. I mean, we got Jeff on here, we got Andy on here. I don't even know how many people are watching. I don't see the numbers. It doesn't matter to me.
No.
Somebody's gonna go watch this later and they're gonna go, holy shit, that's my life right now, dude. Like, dude, this is great. Or somebody else gonna watch it later and go, these guys are idiots. I don't care.
No.
But we got Jeff staying up late, we got Andy staying up late, they're commenting, they're saying, dude, this is impacting. I understand. It makes sense to me. And my goal here with Andy and with Jeff and with Steve and Tim and myself is to say, hey guys, keep going. Get
Yeah.
out there and help others. You want to move forward, help others while you're at it too. Let people know, Jeff, let people know you're stuck in the mud right now. But hey, guess what, dude? I'm inching forward. Jump in the pond with me, man. Let's go.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean,
help
like
my Jeep out of the mud. Help me continue going forward, even if it's a little bit of a rock back and forth to get me out. That makes all the difference.
I mean, it's no slam on religion or politics, but that's one thing we don't allow really in our Zoom. We're just there to, comfort you and make that safe. I wouldn't say I don't want to say safe place, but essentially it is a safe place, and it's somewhere you could come and not get judged. It's somewhere that everybody's on the same page. Everybody's. I got a guy on there, my buddy Jeremy, who has been through. He's had guys die in combat with him.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's a great dude. I mean, he's cried. I've cried to him on the phone. I've cried with Fred Rupp on the phone. I've cried with Gabby Caffey on the phone. I mean, these are real, genuine people.
And it doesn't always have to be under the guise of religion.
No.
It just needs to be real life. And Brandon, that's one of the things that, and I know it's under, Dad Smoking Cigars Nation and the DSC YouTube right now, but that's one of the things, and this is not a plug, that's one of the things that I cannot wait for Down to the Nub.
Yep.
Is real life conversations like this, talking with pastors, talking with people in the cigar community, whether they have a faith belief system or not. It's real life. And I cannot wait to see what this community of cigar enthusiast reviewers, brand new people to it, people that have been smoking for decades. I can't wait to see what this community is going to continue doing for each other. And I'm so freaking stoked for Down to the Nub and what is going to take place because of an idea that God gave you and I, completely separate of each other.
Correct.
That he then brought together that just makes so much sense.
And I do believe that after this whole COVID-19 thing is over, that this Zoom thing will still be real and be live. Yep. And
yeah, it's a new facet of the industry.
Yep.
It's absolutely a new facet.
The real ones will continue.
Yes.
Yeah. The ones that are doing it out of boredom or out of marketing will you watch. They'll all peter out and they'll die.
Well,
but the real ones will continue. And real quick, I want to touch on something that Jeff said. Tim, can you pop up that comment there? The last one from Jeff. So, Jeff, I want you to understand something real quick on this. Because you say, hell yeah, bro, my story will help someone somewhere, sometime. I want you to understand something right now. Your story is already helping, dude. Yes. I see your Instagram. I see your growth. I see what you're doing, dude. And I don't, like, lately, dude, I haven't been on Instagram much. I've had, like, zero time for anything extra. But I want to tell you this:
perseverance and positivity.
Well, what I see from Jeff is nothing but amazing things. I see growth. Yes. I see inspiration. I see awesome stuff because this is a guy that's gone through some shit on his own. Yeah. And Jeff, I feel blessed that you've allowed me to be a part of some of that. That you've confided in me with some of that stuff, dude. It's been inspirational to me. It's been a blessing to me to see your growth and to see your expansion. And dude, keep it up. because you feeling like you're inching forward is helping other people move miles. And that's amazing, dude. Don't ever stop. You are already an inspiration to people.
And I'm going to piggyback on that because, Jeff, you sent me a text, and maybe you don't want this publicly known, but I'm going to say it anyways. You sent me a message and said, hey, I'm starting stuff. Would you mind sharing it? I would be enamored to share what you're doing. I've got a good friend of mine who has thousands of followers on YouTube, who does video content, does all of that. And Jeff, I'm actually in the process of sending him what you do and your channel, because what you two do together is absolutely phenomenally talented. And what you guys can do to maybe connect together, he's a brother in the Lord, but what you two can do together would be absolutely amazing. He can teach you, and I mean, those are the things that I love, and it's supporting each other, it's supporting the community. And even though it may be somebody that's further along in their journey or perceived as being, oh, well, they've got 5,000 followers and subscribers on YouTube, whatever it is, I guarantee you they're still going to learn something from somebody that's got 2 followers, because everybody is willing to learn and support each other. And that's what it's about.
And that's the problem in its sense is, you know, it don't matter how many followers you have.
No.
You know, that's what, you know, and I follow Jeff on Instagram. Bro, if you ever want to come on our herfs, man, I'm always posting them on Instagram. You're more than welcome to come on and share whatever story you got, because I'm telling you that it's no different from mine or anybody else going through what they're going through. I've had guys on their, you know, on PTSD currently, anxiety, the whole 9 yards, bro. I'm going through that stuff right now. So, and you know, people wouldn't know that because, you know, the cigar community has been a platform for me to not only grow, but to spread the word that we're here to help, man. And it's not about, like I said, it doesn't have to be about cigars. It could be about what you're going through that day, but we just happen to be smoking the cigar.
Yep. Well, and sometimes it's seeing, like, Jeff, you may feel like you're in the beginning of your journey, and you may be in the beginning of your journey, but sometimes what helps for guys that are further along in their journey is to work with the guy that's in the beginning of the journey to have a recollection and a memory of where they came from. So often we forget where we came from, and it's easy to let that slip, right? And that's when you start falling backwards, and you start kind of getting into that arrogance and that cockiness. And sometimes it takes that guy to come along and say, "Hey, man, how do I get to where you're at?" And that coaching. I mean, like, I learned more from teaching my kids about math than I did from when I was getting taught math.
Yep.
You know, and so it's that theory of, hey, man, this guy is right there, dude. And I remember when I was there, dude, it's so cool. Hey, here's what I did. Here's what I wouldn't do, blah, blah, blah. And just reminding yourself of where you came from. And then also reminding yourself that, you know what, just because you got through one mud pit doesn't mean there's not another one in front of you. Yeah, when you get into it, you got to remember what that's like.
My boy Larry, what's up, Larry? Good morning, gentlemen. And 5 a.m. is coming up quickly, so good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, good night, bro.
What's up, buddy?
Larry Jenkins is always on the herfs, man.
Larry's a good guy.
He's a solid dude, man.
Larry Jenkins.
So, Jeff, I'm going to touch on this. Sidney Diongson is a dear friend of mine, and he has 98,000 subscribers on YouTube. I knew him before he started his YouTube, when he was making fun, goofy videos about Back to the Future with him and his then video filmographer partner, Sam Siudar, who's another, good guy. I love it, the fact that you subscribe to him. Seriously, send him a message, and not that this will do anything to help with credibility, because it's not about me, but let him know that you and I know each other, because he did a video a week or two ago that said, hey, in this time, he quit his full-time job literally the week before COVID-19 happened and all the shutdowns and everything, which he would probably have been laid off anyways. He said, in this time, I'm going to seek out helping other story makers, other filmmakers, other storytellers. And so please reach out to him, because he is one of, you hear the phrase salt of the earth. Sid is the goofiest, nerdiest guy. Probably one of the top 3 nerdiest guys I know that quotes Dumb and Dumber and Back to the Future and everything. But he would love to be able to just share his journey with you, but also he wants to know about your journey. And that's what everybody here's been talking about. Steve and Brandon have been talking about sharing journeys back and forth. Sid would absolutely love to do that. I'll shoot him a text and let him know that you are doing what he does, because it doesn't matter where you are in the journey. You're doing what he does. At the end of the day, you've got a foothold in the market of cigars and taking pictures and doing, camera reviews and lens reviews and all that kind of stuff, which is exactly what he does, minus the cigar part of it. And I mean, those are the kind of people like Brandon. I mean, shoot, you followed and came alongside Dad Smoking Cigars when we were nothing and nobodies, with 2 subscribers and followers on Instagram, and we thought we were smoking good cigars. And we've bounced off each other, and we've leaned on each other, and we've laughed with each other, and we've been frustrated with each other, and we've done so much life together that look at where us now.
Right. I mean, like for Tim and Kyle, we had a difference of opinion back in the day.
Sure.
And we fought through it. Took some time, but look at us now. I mean, everybody deserves a second chance in life. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna go back to these herfs. When you go to a herf that some big name is hosting, and you go in there and you're in there for 15 minutes and some guys, what's up, Joe?
Oh, Joe, I love you,
brother. It's just, like I said, you go on some guy's herf that has been in the industry for a long time, and you got other guys that recognize me and, hey, Steve, what's going on, man? How are you? And I'm in there for 15 minutes, and this guy who's running his Zoom doesn't even acknowledge who I am, and my other 2 guys are texting me, let's get out of here. I'm like, hell yeah, let's get out of here. Let's start it. Let's get on our Zoom. And I just, started it up, and next thing you know, everybody's popping on. Then I told the story in there. I go, if the guy doesn't want to hear my story or doesn't want to acknowledge who I am and ask me, who I am, then there's no reason for me to be in there. And right. You know what? It's not that I don't like him. I don't know him. I've never tried his cigar. He's a big name, but at the same time, I have a story to tell.
Right. And your story is important, and people have fallen in love with your story.
Yeah, and I want to get it out there. And it just so happened Michael Giannini, Boston Jimmy, all these big names are leaning on me. And I mean, I got Michael Giannini saying, thank you for inviting me to your herf. Thank you for inviting me to your herf. Dude, you're like cigar royalty.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of this little thing that I did and put together. I mean, Boston Jimmy right now is sick, and part of me is convinced that it's COVID-19. He's got the fever, he's got the cough, he's got all the different things.
He has the fever now? Yesterday he didn't have the fever.
I think he's got the fever now. I could be wrong on that. Maybe I misinterpreted, but he's got a lot of the symptoms of it. I am so desperately, as dumb as that sounds, hoping that he doesn't have it and that he gets healthy and that he gets better soon, because it's just not a good thing.
Hi, guys.
Larry, guys, got to get some Z. Stay safe. I'll catch you later. Take it easy, Larry. Have a good night, brother.
Good night, Larry.
Love you. See you tomorrow night.
But, I mean, people go through life together. I mean, the fact that Boston Jimmy shares, hey, this is what's going on. And, yes, he does. And I was approached by someone who said, hey, you know that what you and Brandon are doing, he didn't say Brandon, but you know what your new venture is named very similar because Boston Jimmy and Shirtless Mike do Take It to the Nub,
Yeah.
and they've got their own podcast and their show, and I get that. And my response instantly was to this person who recently I've started talking with is, look, it's all part of the community. This is not a turf war. This is not a me against them, us against them, him against me. It's not any of those. This is all the community. And the response that came back was 2 words, I agree, which instantly neutralized, not because of what I said, but there was an understanding that it's not anything about trying to take names or take away or do anything. It's all contributing to the community, and it's all just getting along, realizing there's a brotherhood and a sisterhood that belongs to this, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a similarly named show or podcast or whatever it is, because if it helps the community grow and if it helps the community connect to each other and it helps that one person out there that's going through a tough time, like honestly, Joe, we love you too. And the fact that you popped up and left that comment that said, I've been listening from the beginning, so inspirational. Honestly, I've sat here and we've talked for 2 hours now. We just did 2 hours and 1 minute in 10 seconds. And I've sat here a couple times and thought, I wonder if this is even, should we continue in the brotherhood, the community, and the conversations I've absolutely loved, but should it continue? As soon as I read that comment from Joe, I instantly thought, this is why when Kyle and I were goofing off with this platform, I said, hey, let's go live and just see what happens. This is the result. This is what comes out of it. This is life. This is reality. This is what happens when people just take a dart and throw it blindly and go, let's see what happens if I hit the dartboard and something good comes out of it. This is why it's all worth it.
Yep. It's getting all of our messages out because we're all on the same page.
Yes.
And it's, it's like I said before, and I might just make a t-shirt. It's bigger than cigars.
Yeah.
It is.
Dude, straight up, Tim, real talk, I've seen a bunch of guys shooting for Cigar Club I'm working with, and I've had to catch myself many times and tell myself, it's not a freaking turf war. Love, but it's not a turf war. And if it becomes a turf war, then that's a sad thing, because then it means that I do this part of cigars and you shouldn't have a touch on it. No, we all do cigars.
Yeah.
We all live life. We're all in the community, and it should never be a turf war. And fortunately, after the conversation with that one person, he agreed and he said, I'm glad that's your take on it. I agree. And that is awesome to hear.
Well, there's
never be this stupid, egotistical, arrogant, narcissistic. Well, do you know who I'll use your line, Brandon. Do you know who I think I am? Which obviously is a joke, but it should never get to that point.
There's a guy that had Blue Line Cigar Club in New York, and he calls it Blue Line CC, I think it is. And it's a private group, and he reached out and said, hey, we got the same name. I said, okay. And I go, you got a trademark? He's like, no. I go, okay, well, I do. And, it's not, I don't want it to be a turf war, because my Blue Line Cigar Club was to help out injured or sick cops. Mm-hmm. It wasn't about making a club that, some guy in New York made. And it's just, it boggles my mind that people think it's a turf war. It's more. It's bigger than cigars.
It's bigger than every single one of us in the community.
Yep.
It is the community. And Andy, I mean, honestly, I'm humbled that you say that. Not because I decided to do anything. Kyle and I talked, and it was like, hey, let's just test this. Let's go live and let's just see what happens. And look at the discussion that's come out of it. Look at what's taking place 2+ hours into it. And it's like, let's add Brandon. Let's add Steve. Let's add these people. And there's the fun jabs back and forth. But when you get past all that surface level BS and all that, you get down to real life, and you get people that can sit back like Joe or like Andy and be like, this is exactly what I needed. This is a recharge for me. And that is, I can't express in words how much this atmosphere just totally fuels me and charges me up.
Well, it's not only that, but you're meeting people that, like, shit, how long have I pretty much knew you starting my business.
Yeah.
I've never met you in person.
No. And we don't need to.
No,
I'd love to, but we don't need to.
Absolutely, but there's a guy in my group, and I think you might know him, Chris Burks from Michigan. Him and his boys came out for one of our Help the Heroes Foundation, and he drove 2.5 hours just to see me.
That's awesome.
The first thing I did, he reached out his hand to shake my hand. I hugged him, and I fucking gave him a kiss on the cheek, and I said, "I love you, bro."
Yeah.
Well, and that's the brotherhood that happens, and the sisterhood that happens with this. I mean, Brandon, how many of us in Shadow Smokers Legion see Sherry come on and instantly just get a smile of like, that's Madam Sherry. That's that. I mean,
Ash Queen.
Ash Queen. She brings so much stinking joy to this community, and it's awesome. It's just so cool to see that it does not matter who you are, where you come from, anything. I mean, the fact that Michael Wells will, with him and his wife, drive like 1,500 miles round trip to go and support a brother of the Leaf who's getting married just because.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Right.
Yep. And like I said before, any of these guys in the chat, Joe, Andrew, Jeff, you guys are more than what just watch out Facebook, watch out, Instagram. We're on mostly Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. And, like I said, man, you got an issue, you got a problem, you need to talk. I could guarantee my whole panel will just sit there and let you talk. And they will cry with you, they will laugh with you, and they will get you out of the current position that you're in. I guarantee it.
Yep.
And it will make you coming back. I mean, these guys, like tonight, like he's gonna kill Phil. Phil, I'm sitting there watching TV with my wife, and I got my phone's going berserk, and she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Guys want to hurt."
Yeah, they want the community.
Yeah, and I hate saying no. I really do. Yeah. In my heart, I hate saying no.
And how many times, and the number is 0, have any of us, including Kyle when he was on here, how many of us have ever once pushed anything product-wise for personal gain or anything in the last 2 hours that we've been gone? Never once has any of that taken place with any of the lines, the brands, anything that's represented, any of the platforms. Nothing has been pushed because that's all background.
Yeah,
that is all the umbrella that we can come together under. But all of that takes a background seat when real life takes place. And I mean, Jeff, that is true brotherhood. And that's exactly.
He said more than that.
He did, but I'm not going to say that.
It's a family show.
Your kids better not be awake right now.
Well, I could have.
I'm not going to say those words too.
Like you said, I could have went in my humidor and grabbed the Blue Line and started smoking a Blue Line and talking about the Blue Line.
Yeah, you could have said, "Hey, anybody that goes on to the next day, here's this coupon code." Brandon, you could have said, "Hey, go to X Cigar Lounge and use this coupon code." Did any of us push anything at all? No. You know why? Because none of that matters right now when real life is taking place.
Yep. It don't matter what you're smoking.
No.
What matters is the people that are there for you, and it's the people that you surround yourself with. Because I will not surround myself with negative people.
Nope.
And that's why I have been out of work since January 7th, because I refuse to surround myself with a toxic environment of people that either don't understand me, don't want to understand me, or just don't give a flying F about me. And you know what? I don't need them.
No.
You know what I need more than them? You guys.
This. Yep. Real life. I mean, Brandon, one of the things that you told Kyle and I never took it as an arrogant thing. When we came and saw you a little over a year ago now, and we drove out to Phoenix to scope out and do some different things, you told us, I have people that want my time. And again, it was not an arrogant thing. I get to pick who I want to spend my time with and who I want to hang out with. and you guys are on that list because it's real life, and I value you guys. That's where it matters.
I got a cigar rep in Texas who's on a Zoom with all of his buddies, and he sees mine pop up, and he gives him some bullshit excuse to come on mine because he knows that we're real. We're not judging you. I mean, he's told us numerous times the issues that he's had growing up, and his battles with a certain physical ailment, and not one person in that fucking room laughed.
No.
Not one person in that room gave him grief for it.
And if they did, they should be kicked out.
But that's I think to this point, the people in my Zoom chat won't deal with that shit.
No, they understand the atmosphere and what that Zoom chat is about, and it's not even a thought because they know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, we'll break each other's balls, and
Sure.
I'll break Larry. Oh, you don't like me because I'm white and stuff like that, and we'll just go back and forth, and he knows I'm joking, and but it's just it's making the person out there feel good.
Right.
That's all it is. That's the most important thing to me, is making somebody feel special. It's not about Frontline Cigars. It's not about
valuing others.
I'm sorry?
It's about valuing others.
Yeah. If you don't value the people out there, your brand is nothing.
Well, and for me, like personally, like it's about cheering people up.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're laughing at me or you're laughing with me. You're laughing. I don't give a shit. Like if you're having a bad day, you look like you have something to say. Dude, I always got something to say, bro.
Dude, we did Urban Dictionary Day the other day. And I had everybody, there were 16 people in there. I had every person go on their phone and read Urban Dictionary, and they put dirty in front of their name. I can tell you 99.9% of those people were laughing their ass off. And you know what? And you know what? They could have been having a bad day. I could have not known what they were doing that day, but just to see the smiles on their faces, I did my job. I did my job for that night.
Speaking of which, have you ever read the 10 Commandments in Ebonics?
Negative.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh, dude.
You're gonna read all of them?
Dude, you can't miss this, bro.
Well, could I look at it? I got to be up at 8 o'clock.
So do I.
Yeah, but I got to be up 8 o'clock for something else.
I have to be up early. I have to get up at like 6:30 to get my daughter to take her to work.
So I got
Take it easy, Jeff. We love you, brother.
See ya, bro.
See ya, brother. 10 Commandments in Ebonics.
Okay.
I be God. Don't be dissing me. Number 2, don't be making hood ornaments out of me or nothing in my crib.
No other idols besides me.
Yeah. Number 3, don't be calling me for no reason. Honey, don't play that. Number 4, y'all better be in church on Sunday. Number 5, don't diss your mama. And if you know who your daddy is, don't diss him neither.
If you know who your daddy is.
Don't ice your bros. Stick to your own woman. Don't be lifting no goods.
That's awesome. Don't be lifting no good. Don't steal.
Don't be fronting like you all that, and no snitching on your homies. Don't be eyeing your homie's crib, ride, or nothing.
Well,
that's awesome.
Like going back to people
That's a church I could go to.
Going back to people that need to hear the story. Some guy apparently posted our cigar on a police page with 53,000 people. Apparently that's the reason why our phones were blowing up the other day. Wow. So got in touch with the guy from Vegas who had bought some cigars from us, and I said, how did you hear about us? And he said, well, this group. I said, add me to the group. So then I talked to the admin, about giving them a discount code. And the admin's like, I don't want a sales pitch. I go, what do you mean you don't want a sales pitch? I go, here's the bottom line. I help injured or sick first responders and military. I've been doing this job for 14 years. I don't need your money. It's more about the story than money. Yeah. And I go, if you don't want to hear it, thank you for your time. Sorry to bother you. And I left the group. Because here's a guy who thinks he's on top of the world because he's the boss of 53,000 coppers in America, and his shit doesn't stink, and that's fine. I don't need to tell him, because you know what, my story will live on, and it's growing, and I don't know, it's gotten out, because if it's gotten out to Michael Giannini, it's going to get out, because he's lining me up. He texted me this morning. He's lining me up with some cigar magazine. I don't even know what the cigar magazine is.
Dude, and that's awesome.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do that.
Well, and that Brandon has enough contacts in the industry to continue that should you ever want it. He'll never force it on you. He'll never talk about the fact that he's got one of the top people from Half Wheel weekly in his every single week.
Tobacco.
He doesn't publicize that. He doesn't do any of that because it's just life and it's a dear friend of his. But there are connections that can easily help further things only if you ever want it, not that you ever asked for it.
Tobacco Business Magazine. I have no idea what that is.
I know them.
Yeah, that's what Michael wants me to. He's trying to hook me up with them to get an interview.
Well, listen. Here's the deal, man. I've got a certain cigar individual in the industry that has told my manufacturers that I represent that he doesn't like that I brand Cigar Mechanic, that I'm branding myself, even though the brand brings a lot of sales his way. And he and I had a long talk, and I said, man, here's the only thing that breaks down to is ego. Mm-hmm. I'm stepping on your dick, and that makes you mad. Yeah. Because you're not the front of the show. And if that's not okay with you, even though it's driving sales your way in a positive aspect, it's bringing people to your site in a positive aspect, then I'll take it somewhere else.
Yep.
Because it's not about the money.
It's not about the money, man. And listen, at the end of the day, like, my job is to promote cigars.
Yep.
That is my job. I need to sell cigars. For me to be able to feed my family, I have to sell product. But the cigar is just nothing but a rolled up tobacco. That's all it is.
Yeah.
People smoke the emotions and the relationships behind those cigars more so than anything else. And if I can step on your dick, if I can build a relationship with people, that to me is far more valuable than any of that income. And if that can help, if that drives sales, cool, it drives sales. That's exciting. That's awesome. And there's so many people out there that support so many of the cigar lines that I feel pleasure to represent. But that's just because of the relationships that we've been able to build. And guys are going to enjoy cigars because they enjoy their time with that cigar more so than they enjoy the cigar itself.
Yes.
Well, I would like to be a customer, but I haven't received anything in the mail yet.
It's coming, dude. It's coming. It's sitting on the floor of my office.
Well, let me tell you what Kyle and I are sending you. You've got a Casa Cuevas Reserva Maduro, which was the Dad Smoking Cigars #1 cigar of 2019. You've got the La Mandaria, which is taking the industry by storm right now by a boutique brand that has 5 generations now in the industry. You've got a Black Dahlia by Gran Habano, which is a multi-generational manufacturer that owns their entire process. And you've got an Espinosa Habano that is absolutely phenomenal and, again, has a multi-generational impact in the industry. You have from us 4 cigars coming that all in their own right deserve as much attention as any other manufacturer out there, and more so than some of the ones that can throw $10 million or $30 million a year at marketing because you're not a customer. That's number 8,212 for the day. You're a person that has a passion for what they create.
Well, yeah, and you know, I'm getting away and, you know, trying to get rid of those bigger brands that aren't selling because there isn't a very big market on the online sales with these cigars. And I can, you know, I guess I'm leaning more towards bringing more boutique.
Yeah. Well, listen,
And
at the end of the day, with the boutique brands, like you look at a company like, and I'm just gonna pick one out of the blue. This is no stab on any in particular company, but let's look at like CAO, for instance. Who are you building a relationship with the CAO? Not you directly, but the consumer. Who are they building a relationship with CAO?
Well, here
it's brick and mortar.
Well, when I contacted them about the Italia, they said that, well, we can't control how the warehouse stores our cigars. Well, that right there tells me that you care more about the money than you do your product.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put something like
You guys have seen how many times I've had to relight this thing since being on here.
I was having an issue with a cigar company that their cigars got put on UPS's dock for a week, and they went down 20 to 30% in humidity.
Ouch.
And I called him and told him, look, dude, I'm going to let these rest. It might take 2 weeks. It might take 3 weeks. But I believe in you because you believe in me. So I'm not going to put your product out on my website until I know it's damn ready to be sold.
Right.
And he was like at a loss for words.
Because that's your reputation on the line at that point.
Well, it's not only that, but I'm not going to sell a cigar that nobody else has or nobody else, you know, is carrying online.
That's going to give a negative experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it took maybe 2 weeks to get them done, but you know, I'd rather give somebody a good product than give them something that I'm just going to make money on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, I agree, and I think that comes down to everything. It comes down to the Zooms you're doing. It comes down to what Tim and I are going to be doing. Down to the nub. It comes down to, you know, just look at the shit show cigar mechanic show that I do on Facebook and YouTube. Like it's about having fun. It's about giving quality. It's about having something that's there.
It's busting your balls about, you know, being gay and loving me. You know?
Dude, well, shit. I mean, what's not to love? Well, listen, guys. I love you guys to bits, man.
I'm at that point too.
I'm right there.
I'm right there with you both.
I just want to say to you guys, I mean, it's been a pleasure. Tim, thank you for introducing me to Steve.
Oh,
man,
absolutely.
you guys, like, it's gonna be difficult going to sleep because now my gears are turning and everything's going, man. But I absolutely love you guys. I love this time that we can have together. We're in 3 different states, all chatting about just life and reality, and I appreciate you guys for that.
The best pizza in the country.
Whatever.
Well, at the end of all of this, at 2 hours and 23 minutes now, if nothing else, we enjoyed life together. We shared life together, and it's been and I'm going to use the word, it's been a blessing being able to do this with everybody that has contributed, not just the ones that are on camera, but everybody that chimed in and commented and listened from the very beginning or listened partway through. And if you watch this on the playback and you made it to here, you deserve a freaking medal.
Yeah, God bless you.
I know, right? But at the end of all of this, thank you for being part of the cigar community. Joe, this has been amazing. I appreciate you guys a ton. And it is right back at you, Joe. Andy, I love this, but good night, guys. Thank you for everything and the help tonight.
Well, 8:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. Hop on our Zoom, and you know what? We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
There you go.
I don't know what the theme is going to be for tomorrow, because every night we have a theme.
There you go. So thank you guys both for being on. Obviously, this started with Kyle and I. So, you know, it was just a fun thing. Thank you for for jumping on. Thank you for there you go. There's your pillow.
Oh, mine's over there.
I was gonna say I saw yours in your Shadow Smokers video earlier. There you go.
Mine's over there.
What is that?
What's what?
That is the first edition original first pillow ever made of Dad Smoking Cigars. You know what, Steve? You went and got yours because of love and passion for it, not for us, but for the industry.
Dude, I'm a pillow guy.
There you
love
go.
Pillows, and I grabbed the pillow and the mug's right there.
There you go. So thank you guys both for being on. I feel corny saying this because I'm just a part of this. I'm not, any kind of host or anything. We're just all talking together. But thank you guys for jumping on. I appreciate it. I love both you guys. Obviously love Kyle as well. Everybody that chimed in. Nothing but love for everybody. Yep. So thank you so much. And you know what? Maybe we'll do this more often. Not to take away from any of the herfs that are out there, but maybe we'll do this more often just to have a fun time of community and people being able to chime in. Because honestly, with everything going on, there needs to be this in the world right now.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if it's 4 guys. It doesn't matter if it's 400. As long as we reach the people we needed to reach that night, that's all that we did our job.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night or early morning, whatever maybe where you are.
Sweet dreams, Brandon. Sweet dreams, Kyle.
Sweet dreams, baby. Schnookums.
All right, boys.
All right, guys.
We'll
Take
see you
care.
later, man.
See ya. All right, guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much. It's been an absolute blast. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. For everybody that was here, I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, I'll see you.